Sevens Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GA Hurling Championships.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusick Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. If I ain't got you, ain't got you, baby. You don't know what it's like, baby. You don't know what it's like.
All new Renault Capture SUV for all your lives.
2, 1.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to TEG Cusick Park for the highlight of the Hurling Championships, the senior hurling final between Castletown, Geoghedan and Raharney. I'm joined here this afternoon by Johnny Greville, by Eddie Casey, and just coming in, he's had to get his hair done, is Paul O'Donovan, journalist from The Topic. Lads, this is where you want to be. If you're a manager or if you're a player, this is where you want to be. You want to be here on county final day, Johnny, is that correct?
Ah, yeah, this is the goal at the start of the year. You know, if it's not your goal, you know, you have to kind of have a look at yourself. But these two teams, and I suppose Castletown have been here a little bit more often than Raharney have in the last 3 or 4 years, and you know, they'll be looking to try and put the couple of wrongs right, maybe from the last couple of years. You know, losing 2 finals, and this is their third now in a row, and they'll be out to win this. But you know, being in 2 finals and losing them guarantees nothing today either. You know?
Yeah. And Eddie, you know, Castletown probably a little bit of hurt from last year. Raharney coming in a little bit under the radar with a very young side. Brendan Mchugh is starting with an awful lot of youth here today. Maybe a big contrast in styles and definitely a big contrast in age profile and you know.
Really looking forward to the matchups today. Like, it's great to see the 2 managers today are both clubmen. Brendan Mchugh, Raharney, Pat from Castletown, Pat O'Brien from Castletown. I suppose Pat took a bit of flack last year, but look, last minute goals. Mchugh Dwyer got beaten last minute goal in 82. Like, so I think he's back this year. I think Castletown have played a few more players, blooded a few more players in the league format. Look really good. Everybody knows in Raharney, Brendan wanted the job.
Yeah.
And look, out in Raharney, a pat on the back, kick up the backside is a lot closer than a pat on the back, and Brendan took it on. Both lads self-employed. I'm really looking forward to 2 managers having a go at it with their teams, and the best team will probably win today. Now, who it is, Paul? A clock is right twice.
We'll come back to that one.
Right.
Paul O'Donovan, you've seen most of these matches that these clubs have been involved in, and we've seen them in the opening game here, a draw. Probably Raharney maybe got out of jail that day, and Castletown will be looking maybe to put that right today.
That was early in the championship, and I think both teams will agree and that they've improved since then. They've come on leaps and bounds, and they've had some really competitive games. Possibly, you know, Castletown having the semi-final against Clonkill, you know, that could be vital today. It's great to have played a really competitive game just prior to the county final. Raharney walking into it, maybe slow to start and slow to get going again today.
Yeah, and Johnny, just we do the midweek programme there, and you're a very popular man in Raharney because you tipped Castletown to win the championship. But having said that, lads, you know, it really is a 50-50, which is what you want for a county final. You want to be going into a county final with that thought in your head, you know, either of these teams come in. And as Johnny has alluded to, and Eddie has alluded to, an awful lot will depend on the manager. We interviewed the managers before the start of the game today, so we're going to go to those interviews. First of all, we'll Pat O'Brien, and then we'll have Brendan Mchugh from Raharney. But we'll be back with you very, very shortly, ladies and gentlemen.
Before today's county senior hurling final by Castletown Geoghegan manager Pat O'Brien. Pat, look, I suppose at the start of the year the aim was to, you know, make up for last year and get back to this stage and try and win it. So you've done that so far, so good. Playing Raharney, got over Clonkill, so you must be looking forward to today's game.
Oh yeah, sure. Every club player in the county would be relish the chance to play in a county final. So we're glad to be back. And look, we'll hopefully do ourselves justice and make up for the last 2 years. But as I told our lads, there's no sentiment in hurling, so we have to go out and work extremely hard and get a few lucky breaks and hopefully get over the line.
Yeah, you had the win in the semi-final, which would have been a huge amount of pressure off yourself personally as much as the club, because from the time going back 2011 failed to get over that Clonkill hurdle. So that's done, but as you know, it'll count for nothing unless you win today.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, look at Clonkill have been great champions but sure, every champion gets his day taken down. So look at, there's two hungry teams out here today. We have lost the last two county finals, and the two county finals before that, Raharney lost them. So somebody is going to really have to step up today, because someone else is going to lose 3.
And come here, just on the team news, are your line-out has selected, all injuries sorted out?
Yeah, I think most guys are okay. Tiredness will be the biggest problem, fatigue, because we have played, I think, 13 weeks out of 14. So it's an awful ask, in fairness to these lads, and the ground is heavy now. It's the month of November, but look at their relish in the fact that they're here. They wouldn't swap it for any other Sunday.
Very good. Well, look, Pat, we'll let you get to your team here in TG Cusick Park before today's county final. The best of luck to you and your team.
Thank you very much, Ray.
I'm joined now by Raharney manager Brendan Mchugh here on the pitch before today's county final. Brendan, your first year in charge of Raharney. Obviously, this management is a simple old game.
I wish. It certainly is not simple, no. It's a difficult old job now, but it's made a bit easier, I suppose, when you have a good bunch of lads.
Yeah, look, and you've come through the championship, and look, you're a local man, which obviously brought its positives for you. The lads have weighed in behind you. You've done a good job, if I may say so, in turning over players and getting a younger group through onto your senior team this year.
Yeah, look, we always knew we kind of had the players, I suppose when to bring them in, I suppose in smaller numbers, or drip feed them in, I suppose is the way to put it. You can't let them all in together either. But look at the older lads, the more experienced lads have been very encouraging to them, and have really made the environment, I suppose, comfortable that a young fella could come in and improve without too much pressure on them,
And come here, we found you've had the break. You qualified straight for the final. Good thing or a bad thing in your opinion, or will time tell that? Would give the answer to that question.
We're sitting around a good while, I suppose. It's hard to know. They've had a difficult run in as well. A lot of them played football last week. I'd rather a semi-final, but it is what it is.
And come here, last thing, everyone fit and available for you?
Everyone is fit, few little niggles, nothing major. I suppose no one's going to come into it perfectly anyway, so it's I suppose we're happy enough. We're happy enough with the way lads are.
Very good, Brendan. We'll let you go back to your team, get them ready for the warm-up. That's Brendan Mchugh, ladies and gentlemen, manager of the Raharney team for this year's 2021 county final.
Thanks a lot, lads.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, you're very welcome back here to TG Cusick Park. As I said, I'm joined by Paul O'Donovan, Eddie Casey and Johnny Greville. A couple of big announcements today, I suppose, is what Joe Fortune is here. He was announcing his backroom team. We'll have a word of that later on, Johnny, but he'll have a lot of fellas to watch here today, I suppose. This is the creme de la creme.
Yeah, and I said that in our midweek shows there, over the course of the summer, and just to spread the net, good and wide, because there's a lot of really quality hurlers right across all grades. Most clubs now, 3-4 guys there that could be developed, and as I said before, it's going to be power. It's development. It's about the power of numbers. You'll have your key 24, 25, but it's the next 20 you need to develop for 2 years' time. Yeah. So he has to be looking at breaking that net good and wide and bringing in a good group of players.
And speaking of Joe Fortune, we're just going to go to his video conference here earlier on here today in TEG Cusick Park, and we'll be back with you again to discuss that.
Okay, Simon, ready to go there. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm joined here on the pitch in TG Cusick Park by Joe Fortune, the new Westmeath Hurling manager. Joe, you've just come out from your press conference where you've announced your backroom team for the upcoming year 2022. Would you like to share it with the viewers here on Early TV?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I want to say, really looking forward to the year ahead. Really looking forward to getting involved with the lads over the next couple of weeks now from an S&C point of view. But yeah, just in regards to my backroom team, I've got a great Mullingar man, Eddie Casey's coming on board with me in regards to backroom. Eddie will be a coach and selector with me. I've got Peter Kelly coming up from Dublin, all-star, obviously full back. from Dublin, and I've also got Paul O'Donoghue, who's going to be the lead coach. Paul is a Cork man, we won't hold that against him, but a very, very young, innovative coach. And I've got two really good guys with me as well from an S&C point of view. I've got a guy called Joe Nangle from Wolfhound, who's also working with the senior footballers, and a guy called Richie Flynn also from Wexford. So look, really looking forward to it. Again, you know, the backroom team that I've put in place are the people I want, and in the background then as well, you know, I've got really good, strong Westmeath people. I've got Keith Quinn there, David Carr, Billy Boyle, Kieran Williams, though, that are helping out in regards to kits. So, you know, all the nutrition and stuff side of things is all worked out as well. So look, can't wait to get started, but at the same time looking forward to a great county final now as well.
Yeah, well, in fairness now, that is a nice backroom team you have gathered there for yourself. And look, you've been in here, I've spoken to you a couple of times here in TG Cusick Park. You have plenty of talent to work with. You must be happy with some of the displays you've seen here.
Absolutely. Look, I was up yesterday, and like, what a performance yesterday, like from some of the young lads as well. And you'd want your county players standing up. I've been up here the last 5 or 6 weekends, and look, I can't overemphasise how welcome I've been made feel from the very first day I came up here. And you know, the people on the gate, the really important people on the ground in Cusick Park, the welcome that we get every day we come up. So look, it's all about getting a bit of hard work done now between now and Christmas and that, and getting a panel together. But very happy and very enthusiastic about the young players that we have available, but also aware that, you know, the challenge is ahead in Division 2 with some very good teams that are there, and look, facing Lee McCarthy. But I can't overemphasise as well how much I want that crowd behind me. You know, I've seen how vociferous and loud they've been over the last few weeks for their club. So let's get it all together now in regards to Westmeath over the next couple of months and really drive the thing forward.
Joe, when do you intend to get started, or when do you intend to get a panel together? Have you been working behind the scenes on that so far?
Yeah, there's a lot of working on so far now. Like I said, the last 4 or 5 weeks have been busy, and look, we'll be meeting the lads this week. Like, our S&C stuff is on the road already, and you know, our plan is in place for the next couple of weeks in regards to S&C. But I'll also be conscious, as a former club manager for the last couple of years of Bowden, that I've left the players alone as well. I can, you know, giving the support to the club managers as much as possible as well, because that's really important too.
And come here, just the last question on the players, and I'm sure it's one thing that a lot of our viewers will be interested in. Have you got everyone that you want to get on board with you?
Absolutely, so far I have, and again, I suppose coming from the point of view of where the players are from a club perspective, anybody who I've been in contact with are looking forward to the year ahead. But like I said, I've left the Castletown Raharney lads alone out to today as well. I want them to go and concentrate on winning the county final as well.
But look, we'll finish up here on the pitch in TG Cusick Park. Nothing to do really except wish you and your backroom team and your full panel of players all the very best from everyone here on ERV TV for 2022, and hopefully we'll have a successful year, and I'm sure you'll leave no stone unturned to ensure that.
Joe Fortin with his press conference already announced his backroom team: Paul O'Donoghue, Peter Kelly, both look at Sarsfield's men. I think Paul O'Donoghue was actually a Cork man, and Eddie Casey, who happens to be with us here today as part of his backroom team, and his strength and conditioning coach Richie Flynn and Joe Nangle. And Eddie, I suppose we'll have to come to you first. Delighted, I suppose, to get involved. You know, it's a different setup next year. We're in the Leinster Championship next year.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Johnny refused it, so I said I'd go in, like. But so it was a good second choice. Look, I suppose
second choice. Are you sure?
Third choice, maybe, whatever. But I suppose, look, the reason Johnny and myself, Johnny's a little bit younger than me, but like the reason I want to see Westmeath hurling, I want to see us taking a few scalps. I want to see us. I was in here at the Cork match, say 16, 18 months ago, and I don't know what the score to put on us. I know that we can get a little bit closer than that, and maybe rattle a few cages. Like, that's what you remember when I was a kid, going to see Westmeath play Kilkenny down in Portlaoise, beating the All-Ireland champions Galway one year, beating the All-Ireland champions Tip. That's what you remember for a Westmeath hurling. This man's father was playing at the time, and that's what I remember as a kid, and I suppose that's what drives me in Westmeath hurling. Like, you know, we're a small county. I think we're fighting above our weight.
And listen, that's what we're trying to emulate to. I suppose, like, you know, to get to that stage where even if you're not beating them, but that you're on some sort of level playing field.
You know, and you still have to. It's all about trying to encourage young lads to play hurling. If the county team is going well, it's very important. The league campaign, no guarantee in the league campaign. That's where Westmeath need to start. Back there. Look, I'm looking forward to it, Paul. I was in there, I think 2016 with Michael Raharney. Enjoyed it. Hadn't the time really to do it after. I have a little bit of spare time at the minute.
Did you tell Alma yet?
Not yet. She heard. I think she heard today.
Yeah, Alma, you're watching this on TV. He's now a coach mentor with the West.
Yeah, so looking forward to it, Paul. I can't wait to start.
Yeah, Paul, you were at that press conference. Joe Fortin has been at quite a number of games here in the championship. In fairness to him, and we've been talking to him over the and he's very impressed. You know.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. He's hit the ground running. To be honest, he's come across very professional. If he hasn't been at the matches, he's had his right hand men at the matches, taking notes and looking at the players, you know, and I've been very impressed. Even in the press conference there, he had another one for the media inside, and it was all very professional and impressive. And I hope the players buy into the system now. Delighted to see Eddie Casey here, great Westmeath hurling man involved in the setup. Delighted to hear that he's involved, and the other outsiders will bring their knowledge from their areas. It's all about that now. That's the way county teams run these days. People from outside the county come in and give their expertise and their knowledge, particularly from the college scene, where they learn an awful lot. And a lot of Westmeath players are in college these days, and that's where they all learn, and it's all good for Westmeath hurling. I'd also like to say it was good to see Killian win yesterday in the intermediate hurling, a Mullingar based club just outside, and Oliver Plunkett's here last week winning as well. It's good for Mullingar. We've got the stronghold of hurling out in North Westmeath, all out Raharney and Castlepollard and Ringtown and Loughlin Gales and Delvin, and to come into Mullingar and build it up there with Killian and Plunkett's progressing, it's good for the county. There's some great hurlers on view.
That's something we've been discussing on our midweek programme, Johnny, on numerous occasions. You know, you need that base. We need that. You need a Mullingar base as well as the stronghold. No disrespect to the work that has been done in the North Westmeath County, but you need that base in around Mullingar and in other places. You know, to progress on. You know, we're talking about it every week, and you know, I admire Joe Fortune. He's one of the first managers I've seen here for a long time. You know, he shows a huge interest in it. I mean, I've seen him up in the standard taking a lot of notes, and you know, as a manager from a managerial position, like that's what you need to do nowadays.
You need boots on the ground. You know, you need eyes on it. You know, it's fine getting videos and clips, but you need to feel it. You know, to be in and feel the buzz here today now in Cusick Park with the fans, and get to really know what Westmeath hurling is all about. We're really passionate up here. You know, as I said, like, you know, I was delighted. Delighted to see Plunkett's win last week, and you know, some guys in that are just super hurlers. And I think that we'll add an awful lot tonight. And you know, I said it the last day, and I put that carrot there for them. It's great to admire what they've done now, but it's really important to move up to the step up and challenge and push again and be here again this time next year. And the same goes for Killian. There's no point in Killian, you know, looking back now. That's history now. That's yesterday. You know, it's now to look forward to tomorrow. So now they need to look to next year. You know, Joe and his backroom team, like Paul, I don't know who I came up against them this year up in Dublin in the Dublin Championship. We beat them in the league, and Lucas Sarsfield's a really good coach. They're after getting to two. We got them Luke into the last two semi-finals in Dublin. Peter Kelly and All Ireland. You know, Richie's in from Wexford. A lot of guys there. So there's a lot of quality there, and Eddie, a bit of passion and a bit of pride from Westmeath as well, and loads of tactical US there as well. So
and loads of roaring on the sideline. Back to today's game, Eddie. An awful lot of people, I suppose, really looking forward. An awful lot of neutrals was the one thing I noticed during the week. An awful lot of neutrals are really interested in this particular final, because it's a kind of a change in the guard. Is that fair to say, with Clonkill beating and
Clonkill were going for 4 in a row. They'll be disappointed they don't get their chance to really create history. I know Raharney or Castletown won't be sad about it, but that's the way it goes. Just saying about neutrals there, I got a text there this morning from Irv TV is in America. I think both clubs have suffered from emigration over the years. Castletown to USA, and probably Raharney more to the UK, like, over the years. But a couple of lads in a bar today, so lads, if you're in America at the minute, thanks for the text. And
and just to wish them, we hope you enjoy the game every bit as much as we do. We know we have a huge fan base in Australia as well. My nephew's in Perth in Australia. He was watching the intermediate final here with Plunkett's at the dead of the night, I think it was. And the boys were having a few beers. Half of the ex-Ringtown players, you know.
It's a huge day.
That's what the game is all about, Paul. And none of it. It's about, you know, it's a sense of passion. It's a sense of community. And if we look behind us here, that's what a county final is all about. Bit of colour, bit of passion as well.
And it was probably, you know, from the pandemic when it happened, you know, it brought on the matches being covered, and while the games were going ahead and people weren't allowed in at the time, it was great they were able to see these games on TV and bring it into their homes, and those people who couldn't get out to it. And look, it's great here today. There's a great buzz. I was out just through Raharney yesterday. I was coming out on all the flags and the colour and the bunch, and it's great. There's a great buzz out there. It's a religion out there. It's the same out in Castletown, an area I know well, and they'll be raring to go here now in a couple of minutes. There'll be very little in it in the whole game. It should be a cracking match.
I'm really looking forward to a cracking match. So before we leave here, Johnny Greville, I know, has tipped Castletown Geoghedan. He's persona non grata in Raharney. You're going to stick with that prediction, Johnny?
My head says Castletown, my heart says Raharney. You know, and that's the rest of us, you know.
I suppose Killian Doyle, Niall O'Brien. Who's the man of the match today? I think if Killian Doyle's man of the match today, Raharney might tip it, but I suppose neutral, you'd have to fancy Castletown. A lot of heartache, maybe it's their day today, but I don't. Hopefully, it's not like yesterday. Hopefully it goes down to, for us neutrals, or Johnny here. Hopefully, it goes down to the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, look, I think there's so many county players on view here today. I think the county players will balance each other out. The Raharney, we all know the star players. Come down to the young players today. It's a big game for the young players. Jamie Mulcairn's there for Raharney, for Eamon Conneen. Big game expected from him at midfield. It's a big game for him today. Morgan Gavin in there in the corner for Castletown Geoghedan. You know, it's whoever's going to hit form. I think those younger players could decide it today. I'll give the tip to Castletown, narrowly.
So that's 3 to Castletown. I'm going to go against the odds. I'm going to go for a draw because my tipping has been absolutely pathetic for the last 12 months. I got it wrong yesterday, but I had tipped Killian to win the Senior B the year before. Oh, Yeagan. He's just gone past us there. One of the guys that's going to play an important part of this one. But ladies and gentlemen, we're hoping you're going to enjoy what's in front of us here. We're going to go to a little ad break then, and from then on, it's going to be up to commentary with Paula Hearn, and leading the commentary, Ray Gavin. We'll be back with you again at half time, but most importantly, for every year in the world, enjoy the game today.
Sevens Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GA Hurling Championships.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusick Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. If I ain't got you, ain't got you, baby. You don't know what it's like, baby. You don't know what it's like.
All new Renault Capture SUV for all your lives.
You're welcome, viewers, to the commentary box here, to myself, Ray Gavin, today, and Paula Hearn is joining me on co-commentary here today. And Paul, I know we've been speaking off camera here, but you're certainly looking forward to this game.
Oh, I absolutely can't wait. It was like a kid on Christmas morning this morning. Like, I mean, I suppose the Senior B final, intermediate final really were non-events in terms of one team in each of the games won it well and came out and really performed. But you know, look, these have been evenly matched, drew in the earlier rounds of the championship, and there's just so many quality players out there. Like, you know, if I'm being honest, I'd be hoping for a draw since we're watching another hour of these boys playing hurling. So I hope it lives up to that pre-match billing from my point of view. But no, really, really excited for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And just for our viewers, we will say that, just Paul has alluded to it there earlier, but if this game ends all square after the 60 odd minutes, it will be a replay. You've been speaking, we have that from the county board chairman, Paul. So we'll put Frank.
That's what he told me anyway. So and I hope it comes true, to be honest with you, and goes to extra time in a replay as well. It's a fantastic occasion. Cusick Park looks absolutely amazing. It's so fantastic to see a massive crowd in here, and the town band, and really back to something like a real county final, and and two teams who haven't met in a final in a long number of years ready to go at it. I think it'll be great.
Yeah, talking to the managers there beforehand, Pat O'Brien particularly said they're obviously coming in here trying to avoid the unwanted tag of losing 3 in a row, and he was saying Raharney lost the 2 prior to that. So again, there's going to be new champions here, and for the first time in a little bit of while, I suppose senior hurling in Westmeath has been dominated for the last number of years by a fabulous Clonkill team, beaten in the semi-final this year, but by very, very little. They could have been back here again, but it will be nice to crown new champions again. We've seen these teams playing. I think the opening round of the championship was a draw between a high-scoring game, so it has all the ingredients of a top quality game.
Oh yeah, no, I think like when you look through the lineups, like both sets of forwards on both of the teams are blessed with like really top class forwards. You've got Killian Doyle, Joey Boyle, Kieran Doyle, Owen Ahern, and then on the other side, you've got Niall O'Brien, Angus Clark, Joe Clark, Plunkett Maxwell, like all top class forwards. and you'd be hoping for a score fest with those fellas on the field who can literally score from everywhere from that point of view.
Yeah, well, and a lot of these young lads in Castletown, some of them have a couple of medals, all right, from 2013, and then was it 4 years ago? I think they won, or maybe 5 years they won the last one. So look at there's all to play for, and talking to BJ then as well. Brendan has kind of changed that Raharney team around. In his own quiet little way. Robbie Grabble come back in at centre back. Young Will Kerrins coming in, David Hickey coming in, Eamon Cunningham coming in. Like the two keys is Ona Heron. They're all young players, mad hungry, and we've seen them throughout the championship. They've been excellent for Raharney.
Yeah, no, I mean there's some great, I suppose, younger talent there who aren't maybe established on the senior inter-county scene yet. Who could certainly bring it to it, and I mean, just looking down through both of the teams, the matchups are absolutely phenomenal. I was just looking through it, Shane Gavin lining up against Killian Doyle.
I tell you, Paul, I'm going to cut you off there, because what we'll do is actually, for the viewers at home, we'll go through the two teams and we can talk about it then after. We'll start with the Castletown Geoghedan team first of all, and they line out as follows. In goals, number 1 is Kieran Glennon. The full back line, Aaron Glennon wears 2, Nisha McKenna wears 3, and Johnny Birmingham completes the full back line, wearing number 4. In the half back line, the team captain Shane Clavin, he wears 5, Liam Varley's at 6, and Conor Kane at 7. Middle of the field today for Castletown Geoghedan, David Lynch, he'll wear number 8, and he's partnered by Kieran O'Brien wearing 9. The half forward line, Neil Kirby's at 10, Niall O'Brien is the centre half forward, he'll wear 11, and Plunkett Maxwell is at 12. And the inside line, Joe Clark, he's at 13, his brother Angus is at 14, and completing the lineup for Castletown today is Morgan Gavican wearing number 15. And Raharney, they'll line out as follows. There's one change in the Raharney line out from what's on the programme. Aaron Mchugh, he's the goalkeeper. The full back line, Sean Quinn is at 2, Darren Finn at 3, and General Kern at 4. Number 18, David Hickey starts. He's a right half back. Robbie Grabby at 6, and Mark Lennon at 7. Middle of the field, Cormac Boyle and Eamon Cunningham. We'll just stop for a minute silence for Rose Mchugh from Raharney. We'll continue with the rest of the teams after this minute silence. And now we'll have our on the view.
Performed by Mullingar Town Band and sang by Michaela Hawk.
Sang beautifully there by Michaela Hogg. Beautiful rendition. But we'll go back to the teams again. Centre of the field for Raharney today, Cormac Boyle, he'll wear 8, and Eamon Cunningham at 9. In the half forward line, Killian Doyle is at 10, Joy Boyle at 11, and Rory Keys at 12. And the inside line, number 13 is Owen Heron. Kieran Doyle is listed at 14, and Owen Keys completes the Raharney lineup at number 15. Paul, to be quite honest with you, I don't think a lot of these numbers will count for much, because I think we're going to have changes all over the place in this when the two teams line out here.
Yeah, possibly it'd be interesting to see that, but like some of the matchups, I just mentioned there before the national anthem, like Shane Clavin, Killian Doyle, Liam Varley going up against Joey Boyle, Niall O'Brien going up against Robbie Greville, Kieran Doyle and Isha McKenna. There's some phenomenal matchups there in terms of players.
Yeah, just looking at the Castletown forward line, you see Niall O'Brien, he's gone into the edge of the square, Angus Stark on to wing forward. We'll pick them up as we go along. The referee for today's game is James McGrath, and he gets us underway here. Tussle in the middle of the field, ball breaks out to one side, no one able to get clean possession yet. Castletown there, Plunkett Maxwell fighting for it. Ball eventually scooped out into a little bit of space, and it is Raharney to have the first ball. Angus Clark is in there from the number 14 position, trying to prevent that ball going away. And Kieran O'Brien, he's the first man from Castletown to get the ball in his hand under pressure, striking off his left hand out over the sideline. The first line ball comes for the Raharney men, is just down inside their own 65 metre line. David Hickey, no, he was going to take it, but just gets the call, and he's going to leave it to Eamon Cunningham. Eamon has been on pretty much on sideline duty all year for the Raharney men. Again, very, very talented young player. Eamon cuts it, doesn't get great height into it, and it's intercepted here by Neil Kirby. Neil trying to get room to get a strike away, but he's blocked down immediately, very, very close to the sideline. And a good shoulder, Eamon Cunningham there puts him out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball for Castletown right down here in front of the tunnel. And before this game gets too long underway, just want to give a shout out to a man listening to us here on the east coast of Canada. He's a neighbour of mine from old times, former hurler with the club at home, that's Danny Gallagher. So we say hello to Danny. We hope you enjoy the game here today in Cusick Park. But from that, Robbie Gravel, he has grabbed the ball out in there in the centre half back position, gives it on to Kieran Doyle. Kieran hooked by Niall O'Brien, trying to get a little bit of space, but then has support there from Dara Finn. Dara gives it down the far side of the field, where there's an opportunity here for the Hardiman, and the shot comes in, and they have the opening score. Beautiful score it was. It's Killian Doyle wearing the number 10 jersey, got onto it. Killian, he's wearing 10, but he's lining out at centre forward, and he just needs about enough room, Paul, to swing it in a telephone box, and he gets room to swing it, he'll pull it over the bar.
No, absolutely. And what Raharney have done is they pulled Kieran Doyle out, so they're playing two inside, and the middle is pretty clustered at this stage, because Castletown have done something similar.
Yeah, from the puck out here, Plunkett Maxwell fighting hard for it. Angus Stark has gone in there, and he has it, and he has a little bit of time and room to have a look and fire the ball over to the far side. Ball push on the back was the nose of the referee. I think that was Niall O'Brien that was out looking for that ball, but Castletown hunting in pack over there on the far side. But the Raharney men, they'll match them in numbers. Lovely little hand pass out as far as Kieran Doyle, and Kieran drops it in. It's a dangerous ball, but just drops in front of Kieran Glennon. Kieran throws the dummy and comes out to the 20 metre line, and through the hands it goes, and eventually Johnny Birmingham has time to stand and launch it down here in front of the D. It's broken down. Cormac Boyle tries to get on it, but doesn't control it. Joe Clark is onto it. Joe with Niall O'Brien in support. Niall, little pop pass out to his brother Kieran. Kieran trying to get the return pass, but a lot of blue jerseys in there, and the blue jerseys have got possession here on David Hickey. Ball in a little bit of space for David as he fires it down the line here. Foot race here. Fouls at the referee. Owen Heron. Foul there on Owen Heron there. First opportunity for Killian Doyle to get on the mark from the freeze here. 1 point to no score, Paul. Just over 3 minutes gone in the opening half.
Yeah, no, very, very tight kind of exchanges. A lot of battles for a loose ball in the middle of the field, but that was a beautiful clearance down the line from David Hickey, and Owen just let the ball go by him and was pulled back as he went to run onto it.
Yeah, Killian Doyle. Killian standing over this one. Takes the shot, and we're just right behind it here and just inside the post there, but it is over the bar. A little bit of a delayed reaction from the Raharney supporters there, because it was tight to the post, but Killian used everything, the full width of him there and over the bar, and Kieran Glenn has already launched the puck out, dropping down on the far side of the field, and Raharney half back line. Eamon Cunningham is back there, but again blocked well there, but Niall O'Brien can't get the ball into his hand. In fact, it's Plunkett Maxwell over there. Plunkett tackling hard, trying to force the Raharney men back towards their own goals, but eventually The ball is cleared. In over the top it goes. Liam Varley was on his own there, sweeping for a second, and a hand in there, very unlike Liam Varley, but Raharney have the possession again, but Castletown backs, they get in around him. There's a tussle in there. Ball eventually is cleared out as far as O'Hearn. Gives the ball out onto the far side where Rory Keys has a chance. Rory comes into the tackle, he holds the possession, he's now lost it. Castletown man coming back in, fighting for that ball. Good play over there by Conor Kane, but again Castletown being forced back towards their own goals, but Liam Varley eventually straightens the line and drives it down here, but again there's two men in on top of Niall O'Brien, but a great fetch by Niall between the two of them. He's on the 45 metre line, he needs a little bit of support. The referee signals that he was playing an advantage, and Niall got a great ball there, and that certainly will settle Niall O'Brien into this game.
Oh yeah, that was a phenomenal catch up between two Raharney players, and got bottled up and fouled and got as free as a result, and this will be a nice settler for Castletown if he puts it over the bar.
Yeah, Paul, looking out at there is the flags over there on the scoreboard side, there is a strong enough breeze, and it's favoured Raharney in this opening half.
Yeah, no, absolutely, they're getting the benefit of the elements for sure. I mean, it's kind of up and down a little bit, but it's definitely favouring Raharney.
Niall with the free, rifles it low into the wind, and he's off the mark there. Lovely score there by the Castletown man wearing number 11, but he's lining out in at the full forward position, and Raharney are well aware of his capabilities and are trying to double team him as often as they can. The puck out for Aaron Mchugh is very close to the sideline over there on the far side of the field, goes off the foot or the leg that he was of David Lynch, and it's going to be a line ball. Kieran Doyle, he's teeing it up over there. Kieran wearing number 14, but he seems to be lying out over there on the half forward line, looking around him, trying to see what's available inside, because Castletown have a spare man sitting inside and the ball is cut in, trying to keep it away from the spare man. O'Hearn, he went high for it. The ball has gone out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball again for the Raharney men, this time just on the Castletown 20 metre line, or just outside the 20 metre line, and Eamon Cunningham has gone down. He's going to take this. Castletown, Raharney with only one man really in the danger area. Body's pushing up, and sure Eamon will fancy having a cut at this one.
Yeah, I think if you're having a go at this one, what's noticeable so far is Liam Varley sitting back in that sweeper role.
Yeah, he's cut it in. The umpires look down off the upright. Chance on the breaking ball. I think it was Rory Keys that maybe went for the ball to try and get it into his hand, but didn't get it up at the first attempt, and danger still not gone for Castletown. The ball is in there, right in the big large parallelogram. Who has it? Raharney man, he's sent backwards. The referee is looking on. Who has the possession? We can't see it here, but it is Raharney that have it. The ball hand passed out, and the ball eventually a little bit of normality to that bit of play there, a hustle and bustle on Kieran Doyle, the man that's tapped it over the bar. 3 points now for Raharney, 1 for Castletown. But that was a let off there, Paul, because that could have ended up in the net.
Yeah, I think Owen Keys just reacted a little bit slowly to the ball coming back off the post, and if he'd reacted quicker, he definitely had a goal chance.
Puck out taken quickly by Kieran Glennon, straight to Shane Clavin, but Shane delivered it long, went for the score, much to Niall O'Brien's frustration. He pleaded for it to be dropped in. In fact, I think it might have been Morgan Gavin that was pleading in there, but it's gone wide and the puck out is already on its way. Liam Varley comes across from the centre half back position, does very well, gives it inside, and Shane Clavin, without ceremony, just turns and drives it long. Robbie Grebbel is trying to get back there to get under the ball, but he has support there from Jamie Mulcairns. Cormac Boyle, he's carrying it forward. He's gone into the Castletown half of the field. He's gone towards the Castletown 45 and on the run takes the shot. The umpire looks at that, but I think that signal is going to come. That one is to the left and wide, but again, nice play up there. But Castletown dropping a man back, Paul, and then are suffering up at the other end of the field. They're a man down.
Yeah, Liam Varley's dropping back in, and he's doing a good job in terms of sweeping up the ball and even on possession here from puckouts.
Yeah, and they go short then, but a mistake there by Johnny Birmingham. Johnny looked like he got a push on the back there, but Raharney are trying to capitalise on that, and it's Killian Doyle with a kind of a scoop shot, and it's over the bar. Lovely score there by Killian Doyle. He had the room to get a strike on it as such, but he punished that mistake there by Johnny Birmingham. So really,
Raharney have definitely started brighter. Like actually, the handling of Castletown, they look very nervous on the ball. Their first touch hasn't really kind of found its groove as of yet.
Yeah, the ball hooked out, and brilliant skill there by David Hickey. Without a hurl in his hand, he manages to get the ball into his hand and give the hand pass away, and the ball eventually blocked down off a Castletown stick. It's gone out over the side, and it's back on Raharney's 45-metre line, and Eamon Cunningham is dropped back in. And certainly the Doyle twins, 3 for Killian, 1 for Kieran, they're settling into this game early doors, Paul.
Yeah, no, definitely they're exerting an influence on it.
Shane Clavin, beautiful ball inside here to Aaron Glennon. Aaron looks up and he's gone deep, gone in towards the D, but ball breaks down, but Robbie Grabbles, is he coming across to get his Robbie? Yes it is, with the white helmet. Read that one well on the breaking ball there, came across, swept it up, and then the chop coming in there by the Castletown man there, Martin Gavin, and it's going to be a free out and a free for Aaron Mchugh, and he's already out in the 20-metre line ready to launch it, and he has done that. It's going to drop just on the D. Couple of players go up for it. Ball broken down. Who has the possession? It's still in there. Liam Vardy trying to get it up, but it's still going through. It's half a chance there for the Raharney men to get that ball through, but again, danger not gone yet for the Castletown men. They're trying to get the possession. There's a man on the ground there. Again, no one able to get clear possession there. The corner back is Johnny Birmingham. He was on the ground there, but eventually it is a Raharney man that has the possession, and they filter it back out, but well read there by Neil Kirby, and he intercepts and he drives a long ball down here right in front of Morgan Gavigan, but Morgan needs to get it under control. He eventually has a little bit of support here, but Raharney have the numbers there and they have the ball, and the ball is cleared down this side of the field. That was Jamie Mulcairn, but only managed to get it down to Liam Vardy. Liam puts it into the ground off to David Lynch. David with the hand pass into the centre to Neil Kirby. He's wearing 12. He's very, very deep, and eventually Aaron Glennon, he turns and he fires over to the far side where Niall O'Brien is 1-on-1. Niall dragged to the ground. The referee is playing the advantage. The shot comes in. Fired over the bar.
Yeah, that's gone over the bar.
Neil Kirby, I think,
or Joe Clark, was it one or the other? But that was fantastic work from Castletown. A bit of a loose clearance by Jamie Mulcairn. He wasn't happy with himself, and they worked it through the channels and got it into a scoring position.
Yeah, Niall O'Brien, he was 1-on-1 over there, and the referee knew he had been fouled, but he played the advantage with the puck out. He's over there on the far side of the field, very, very close to the sideline. The linesman is Barry Kelly over there. What's he going to signal? He's going to signal it's going to be a line ball for Raharney. 4 points to 2. We're just almost 12 minutes gone in this opening half. Killian Doyle is the man. He's cutting this in. He's going for the score. It's dropping in. Wow, what a strike. What a strike from Killian Doyle. The best one is 65 metres on the sideline, so you make out the distance.
That was a thing of beauty. That was fantastic.
Beautiful score there. Kieran Glennon going short with the puck out, a little bit lucky there to get it through to its intended target. That's Aaron Glennon. Aaron then is dispossessed, and Raharney have it, and the shot comes in, and that shot is from Killian Doyle. And certainly in this open 12.5 minutes, Killian Doyle has shown us a huge array of his skill.
Oh yeah, both from play, frees and sidelines. He's got the proverbial hat trick of points from this day, at this point. All he needs to get is a header, and he'll have the grand slam.
Yeah, 6 points to 2 for Raharney. Castletown this time go along with the puck out, and Mark Lennon had the ball for a split second under severe pressure, and Castletown have turned them over. David Lynch with the ball. David gives it on out here to Shane Clavin. Shane had Angus Clark there on support, but couldn't get the ball out to him, and the ball is cleared down this side of the field. It's Conor Kane for the Castletown. He dummies and owes the ball, needs to get rid of it here. The referee has said he took too many steps with it, and I think that's probably a fair decision, because
he definitely hesitated.
He went right and he hesitated, and that hesitation, with the help of the supporters here in the stand, they were calling for it, and James McGrath gave the free, and another opportunity for Killian Doyle.
Yeah, no, I mean, Raharney have definitely started a brighter here. Like I was saying, Castletown haven't settled into the game. Their handling isn't great so far, and they're getting caught in possession or giving the ball away or taking too long to actually get possession on a lot of occasions.
Yeah, Killian Doyle, he's already got 5 to his name now as he stands over this free, just outside the 45, close to the sideline. This time just didn't get the connection on it that he needed, and that one pushed across the front of the goals and led off for Castletown there, 6 points to 2 for Raharney, as Kieran Glennon, with almost 14 minutes gone in the open half. This time he goes long down the centre of course. Ball is broken down there. Who's on the breaking ball? Joe Clark is out there fighting for Castletown. There's blue jerseys in around, but it is a Castletown man that has there surely been fouled. It is Joe Clark, but he does well to get the hand pass off here to David Lynch. David, not renowned for his scoring, but this time had a look at the post and midfielder better known as the footballer probably, but that time steadied himself, had a look at the post and backed himself and narrows the gap that little bit. 6 points to 3 now for Raharney.
Yeah, that's a good setter for them. They won the break off the puck out and came back to David Lynch in space and popped it over.
Aaron Mchugh has gone long again, is dropping down here on the Castletown 45, and Liam Varley, he's in there and Liam intercepts and quick as a flash has it gone back down towards Niall O'Brien. Niall, he's under severe pressure over there because Dara Finn has been following him, and in every step that Niall takes, and Niall, nice stomach, gives the ball inside, picked up by Plunkett Maxwell. Plunkett trying to get through, bouncing off a couple of tackles. Referee allows the play to go on, but Plunkett does well. He gets it back out to Angus Stark, and Angus Stark is off the mark for the 2021 final. And suddenly we're back to a 1 point game.
Yeah, and we're just coming into the water break. That's a great boost for Castletown. They've got a bit of momentum. The last 2 scores and brought them right back into the game. From that point of view, after Raharney probably having the better of the real opening exchanges. But it's tight. But there's a lot of your players are getting the ball, and there's 2 or 3 fellas around them getting them under a lot of pressure. It'll probably open up more as the game goes on. That's to be expected in the first 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think though, Paul, in fairness, the highlight of that opening quarter, that fabulous line ball point over there from the far side of the field from Killian Doyle.
That was just fantastic. That was worth being here. I think I mentioned about looking forward to this like Christmas Day. That's opening your present and definitely knowing what Santi got you, what was on the list. You could watch that all day long.
Yeah,
and in fairness, you see a lot of people talk about fellas like Joe Canning or even Shefflin doing that particular sort of skill, and it's fantastic. We've got the talent in our own county that can produce that level of strength.
Yeah, Killian with 5 points on the 6, and his twin brother Kieran with the other one. And Castletown wouldn't have wanted that water break to come there because they were just getting a little bit of momentum. Angus Clark off the mark, at a crucial time too. They'll need Angus really on top of his game. Raharney are well aware of that, and they'll be marking. Robbie Greble is out there. They have good backs there as well. Mark Glennon, David Hickey, Jim Mulcairns, Sean Quinn. They'll be well aware of the danger and where it's going to come from. Puck out is coming again from Aaron Mchugh, gets us underway again into the sun. It drops down here, up goes the hands, broken down. Who has it? Castletown coming forward again, ball given out to this side where Conor Kane spins and off the right hand gets it in towards the D. Niall O'Brien is gone up for that ball. He's on the ground, but there's an opportunity here. Ball is gone loose there, but again a half a chance there. Neil Kirby had a chance, it just didn't get the connection to get it by Aaron Mchugh in the goal, but Raharney have recovered. Sean Quinn heading across his own goals, but a long clearance off the left hand over to the far side it goes. David Lynch, ball didn't bounce the way he thought it would, and then runs over the ball. There's an opportunity here now for Joey Boyle. Joey fires it in, but again it's long and aimless in over the head of the 2 players that's in there, and Kieran Glennon deals it, gives it out short to Liam Varley. Liam turns around, strikes, ball is dropping. Niall O'Brien calls it, he goes high, ball breaks down, but it's the Raharney men that are on the break. The hand pass, not the best in the world, put Cormac Boyle under a little bit of pressure, but Cormac does well, and he has his goalkeeper out to help him, and Raharney need to get this ball away. That was feeling a little bit risky there because the pitch is soft enough, but Robbie Greble eventually fires it long down the far side of the field, but Nisha doesn't get the touch right, and there were Castletown full back line and a little bit of pressure there, but eventually it is cleared out as far as Shane Clavin. Shane goes down the line, Joe Clark trying to flick it in field, stop it going out over the sideline, but Raharney they're on the breaking ball. Eamon Cunny fires in the shot, there's a deflection, it's not going to go out over the end line anyway because Kieran Glennon has to come forward to deal with that, and he does exactly that. Gives it on then to Liam Varley from the D. Liam fires it down the far side of the field. looking for Neil Kirby over there. Neil can't get his hand on it this time, and it's won over there by the Raharney man. The referee is playing the advantage, and Eamon Cunningham uses the advantage and fires it down towards Rory Keane, but Rory doesn't hold it, and Conor Kane has it. Conor gives it inside, puts Shane Clavin under a little bit of pressure, but he's able for the pressure, gets the ball, and then short grip on the hurl, gives it out to Angus Clark. Angus trying to take on David Hickey, and then switches the play, dropping it right in. Neil Kirby is there, but the ball is broken away from Neil, and Eamon Cunningham is back there. He's listed at number 9, but he's back sweeping there on his half back line, and Raharney, lovely play there. Sean Quinn on to Robbie Gravel, and Robbie again opens the play out this side of the field, and Nisha McKenna, the full back, himself and Owen Ahern running for the ball there. I think it was just a tangle of legs, but the referee said that there was a trip there, and he blows for the free, and Nisha pleading his innocence, but the referee has signalled that it's going to be a free further a hard minute, about 44 metres out. Yeah, James McGrath signalled there was a trip. We could see it was a trip, but I think both players were eyes on the ball.
Yeah, they're just both running at the ball. There was a tangle of feet, and you know, I mean, it's just one of those things from that point of view. I think what's noticeable is actually Castletown are trying to play high ball in, isolate Niall right inside and give the ball in high to them, and they haven't got much out of it so far in the actual danger zone so far, so they'll be hoping to make more out of it than they have done previously.
Yeah, Killian Doyle with another free, not too far from where he missed his last one from, but this time he lifts it, and no mistake from this time, fires it right between the uprights, split the post there. A lovely score there from the Raharney number 10. Pushes the lead back out to the 2 points. Kieran Glennon with the sun in his eyes as he comes forward, fires that ball, dropping down into the half back, half forward line, picked up over there by Mark Glennon. Mark turns around, hooked as he tries to get the ball away. He's heading towards the side, but then does very well to prevent him going out over the side, and gives a nice little hand pass inside. Couple of players on the ground here, but David Lynch has the ball, and David gives it back to Conor Kane. This time a ball in on front, looking for Joe Clark. He's gone back in around the court. Joe tried to lift the ball up, but had his pocket picked there by Cormac Boyle, and Cormac flicks it on here to Rory Keys, and Rory has time to switch the play, dropping it in again, losing it in the sun there, but it breaks down. There's an opportunity here for Raharney. There's a shot that comes in against Mona Heron, and Owen, he's off the mark. A lovely score there. Thought for a second they thought there might have been an opportunity for a goal there, but then eventually Owen decided just to take his score, and he fires it over the bar.
He could have slipped it out to Owen Keys, and Owen Keys would have been clean through, but you know, taking the point is probably the best option there.
Yeah, the puck out drops down here on this side of the field, and Eamon Cunningham has it again, and Eamon back now to Robbie Gravel, and Robbie goes long with it. Kieran Glennon at the post, he's watching it coming in here, takes it under control and comes forward and gives it out to his full back. They go through the hands right in there. Johnny Birmingham, he's out now almost on the 45 metre line as he launches it down the far side of the field, but again broken away from Niall O'Brien, and eventually it comes to Niall from Kieran, his brother, and quick as a flash the shot comes in. Lovely score there.
That was very similar to Killian Doyle's one. Really short grip, almost hitting the ball under his legs to get it over the bar. That was a great piece of skill.
Yeah, nice score again. Just keeps Castletown in touch there again. This time looking up that other end of the field, a switch. Joe Clark inside. Niall has gone back out the field a little bit, but from the puck out, Conor Kane tries to get a strike on it, but eventually Angus Clark comes in, and with a hand pass to Liam Varley, the pressure is relieved, and it drops down over on the far side of the field, picked up over there by the full back. That's Darren Finn. Darren, nice ball down the line to Eamon Cunningham. Little flick ball inside to Kieran Doyle, and he's gone for the return ball. Eamon being fronted over there, and again great blocking there by the Castletown man there, and it does go out off. The Castletown man has gone out over the side, and it is going to be a line ball, but
I think it's a great block by Shane Clavin there, put Eamon under a lot of pressure, and turned it around. It's another opportunity to see. Yeah, let's see. Do 2 in a row.
Yeah, you certainly can't say that Killian won't do it this time. It's a good bit closer, and maybe the angle just that little bit tighter, but he cuts it in. It's high in the sun. They can do nothing. They look up at it because they're calling her your answer. 2 out of 2 for Killian Doyle, 1 from the 45, 1 from the 65, and into the sun we can see them all going, and absolutely No mistake over the middle of the bar. The puck out goes short there again. It's blocked away from Niall O'Brien. Killian Doyle, he has his hand in the air, but he thought that was over the bar.
But that was phenomenal work by Killian there. Like, in fairness, he was on the far side of the field when he took that sideline. By the time the puck out came, he was on our side of the field, won that ball. Disappointed it didn't go over. He's kind of pleading with the referee, but great work rate.
Yeah, but umpire over there signals that it was wide, and Angus Clark has gone that far side of the field. He wins the ball and tries to find Kieran O'Brien inside there, but Cormac Boyle has dropped back and gets the ball, but little hands in there. One of the very few from the Raharney men, right back in their own half back line. Castletown swarmed in, trying to get the possession. A little bit of a ruck now out in the middle of the field as the referee James McGrath keeps an eye on things, making sure nothing untoward happens in there. He allows the play to develop. Who has it? Hasn't come out yet. Eventually Aaron Glennon, he breaks away from the ruck. He's the cornerback, remember. He takes the shot, he's dropping it in, he's dropped the goalkeeper Aaron Mchugh looking at it, drops under his crossbar, but safe pair of hands there. Clearance comes out, and a big hit there on the full back there, Darren Finn. I think that was Joe Clark that ran into him.
Yeah, I think they were both going for the ball and went by them, and they just the Raharney fella came off the worst of it. I don't think there was any maliciousness really in it from Joe's point of view.
Yeah, and I think the referee agrees with you on that one. I think he just had a quiet word with Joe there to be maybe a little bit more careful, but that's all it has been, and the ball is back with Killian Doyle. And by the way Killian he's gone back, this is 10 metres inside the 45, and I am quite sure he has no intention of going short with this, but we'll see. Wind is on his back as he launches it. It's dropping in, hasn't the accuracy. It's over the bar. What a score. What an absolutely fabulous score. That was from probably 35 metres out from his own goal. What a strike.
That is incredible. You just be speechless when you're watching the skill and the ability of that.
The puck out has gone over the far side of the field again. The Harneyman hungry on the breaking ball. Who has it? Shane Clavin. He has it for Castletown. He comes across, gives it into Plunkett Maxwell. Plunkett through the hands it goes there, and the ball delivered in, looking for Morgan Gavin. Morgan, he absolutely marked as tight could be there by Sean Quinn. Sean Quinn is, I think, in my own opinion, is probably the best cornerback playing club hurling in Westmeath at the moment. He sticks to a player just
he's there, and he's got quite low centre of gravity, so even when he gets in around the ball he's hard to push off. But Raharney are under a bit of pressure now. They're not really getting the ball to stick in their forward line, and whereas Raharney, every time they go forward, look like they're going to get a score in some way, shape or form.
Yeah, there's another opportunity here. Owen Keys has the ball. Owen does very well to get the ball away out, and Raharney recycling again. The shot comes in. I think that's David Hickey, is it? All the way forward from the right half back position. He seems to have followed Angus Stark over the far side of the field, and again a lovely score. Just gap now gone out to 6 points, 11 points for the Castletown men, 5 for Raharney as Castletown struggle to get that ball out of their back line. Johnny Birmingham, he does have it. He has a man spare over here. Conor Kane gets the hand pass on to him eventually. Conor under pressure gets the ball away off his left hand, but again it's Cormac Boyle. He reads that one right, sitting in there has Robbie Greble for support, and that man Sean Quinn, he completes it and drives it long. The ball down here to Killian Doyle. Killian takes on his man, takes a good shoulder. Was he out over the line? He was over the line, and the linesman
that was a fantastic piece of skill, Ray. He was, Killian Doyle on his own, 3 Raharney players around him, puts his hurl up, pulls the ball down, drops on the ground, picks it up, goes by them, and literally I'd say by millimetres was that ball out as he took the contact.
Yeah, he's down on the ground. He got a good hit there. I'm just feeling his head. He has the helmet off, but again, Killian Doyle has given us the full array of skills here today in this opening 27 and a half minutes, because Raharney are leading 11 points to 5.
And to be fair, look, the game has been really, really tight, Ray. And when you're talking about the highlights, you're really talking about 2 sideline balls and that long range free from Killian Doyle.
Yeah.
Everything else has been kind of fairly, just like it is there now, like a lot of competing for loose ball on the ground.
Yeah, Angus Stark gets this one up and gives a hand pass off to Plunkett Maxwell. Plunkett takes on his man, thought about giving the ball in, and then nice skill as he puts it on to himself, but he's been forced out very, very close to the sideline, and in fact he's gone out over the sideline. Plunkett Maxwell there maybe just took a little bit too much out of that one there as he went close to the sideline, and the Raharney backs, they swarmed around him and they forced him out over the line. Robbie Gravel, he's going back to take this line ball, thought about going back to a spare player inside, and then Eamon Cunyon, is he going to take it? No, Robbie, he's taking control and he's going to cut it. High dropping down here, Angus Clark and David Hickey go high. Some linesman signals and went off to a Raharney man right down here at the tunnel, and Angus Clark is going to take this line ball. Again, looking up to see is there any options over on the other side of the field, and then comes forward, cuts it down the line. But again, Raharney have that spare man inside there, and this time it's the full-back Dara Finn. Dara back to Sean Quinn, and Sean off his left hand this time. Long relieving clearance. Down here, Conor Kane trying to get on the ball. He's held off it there. Raharney trying to break with the end. Conor Kane just off his knees there. He gets the ball. He's under pressure though. He can't get room to get a strike. He has to give the hand pass, and the ball goes straight to Killian Doyle. Back to Eamon Cunyon. Eamon looks up, fires a lovely ball out, and it goes off the hand there of the own keys there, and Castletown have two men there. Nisha McKenna, Nisha with a long hand pass to Angus Clark. Angus from the 65, he gets the shot away, but I think the way the goalkeeper is walking towards this one, Aaron Mchugh, that one was going to be outside the post, but you can see it there. Angus Clark, absolutely no time to even see where the post was, or he was going to be blocked down by Raharney man.
Absolutely, the middle third is really, really crowded, but and as a result Castletown are kind of forcing it, whereas Raharney seem to be more picking their passes.
Hook out is long. Nisha McKenna goes high, but the ball drops over his head. But half an opportunity here for the Raharney to get in for a goal there. One Keys has gone to the ground here, but referee allows the play to go on. Again awards a free out for the Castletown men there. 3 minutes additional time to be added on. We're just gone over the 30 minutes as this free is driven along with great fielding in there by Robbie Gravel. Robbie under pressure, has the support there, and Mark Lennon has it in his hand, steps by a tackle there from Plunkett Maxwell, and left-handed launching down the field, but Liam Varley reads it again, and Liam's intended pass inside is cut out by Killian Doyle. Killian doesn't, for the first time, doesn't get it up at the first attempt, but he has it now. He's trying to get room and swing the hurl there, and he did it one-handed there, and a little bit too ambitious there from Killian Doyle, but very hard to criticise him with the skill that he has. But that time may have been better off looking for a runner or whatever, but chances gone. Castletown have already taken the puck out. David Lynch, he's the latest man on. David, down the line it goes, looking for Joe Clark. Joe takes it on the run, trying to get away from Jamie Mulcairns, steps inside him, but again Jamie is still there, and he's forced to turn back and give it out to Aaron Glennon. Aaron doesn't hold the ball at the first attempt, and Joey Boyle steps in, and Joey picks his pocket. Joey is on the ground, he strikes at one hand, out to Mark Lennon. Mark, under severe pressure from Plunkett Maxwell, has he the ball? He has it, he gets up, again lovely hand pass in over the top. Eamon Cunyon is on it. Eamon from the 45 takes the strike, umpire looks at it, and see that one just gone to the left and wide.
That was a great chance for him after some great work on the ground, and just released them. But Castletown really probably need to try and tag on another point in this injury time, just to kind of get themselves back and give them a bit of momentum for the second half.
Yeah, Castletown going short there with the puck out again. Kieran Glennon to Liam Varley. Liam's ball down the far side, but again great work there by Jamie Mulcairns, and Jamie gives it on now to Eamon Cunyon. Two young players combining there, and the long ball hit in, but again very aimlessly that time, and Raharney with nobody inside that Castletown 20-metre line, and that ball out harmlessly out over the sideline, and just almost just over the 2 minutes played, 3 minutes allocated. 11 points to Raharney, 5 for Castletown, as Johnny Birmingham coming forward gives an intended pass into Plunkett Maxwell. Plunkett drops it, and Killian Doyle is there to punish the mistake there, and he takes a strike off the hurl, but it drops in to the small parallelogram where Kieran Glennon has all the time in the world, and he's gone out about 25 metres out, and he launches it down the far side of the field. It goes Kieran O'Brien, he goes high, ball is knocked away from him, but Joe Clark is on the breaking ball. Joe gives it inside for Neil Kirby. Referee signalled that there was a foul on Neil Kirby, or I think there's a late hit over there. the far side.
I'm not sure. The linesman Barry Lilly had his flag up. James McGrath seemed to be looking at some sort of a foul inside by Cormac Boyle. I'm not really sure what it was.
Yeah.
I think it might have been. A late tackle by the Raharney guy there. Was it Darren Finn?
I think it's Darren Finn there. Yeah, wearing the number 3 and. An opportunity just for Castletown for Niall O'Brien here is free, is 45 metres out. It's going to be on front of the goal, and certainly a much needed score. Castletown haven't got that scoreboard going in a little while. Niall O'Brien
over the bar.
That's the last action of this half. Paul, it's been close and tough. A lot of action in the middle third of the field. 11 points for Raharney, 6 for Castletown, and just give you a summary before we go to a break here.
Yeah, no, Raharney have had the better of those opening exchanges, been much more crisper in their passing. Defensively, they've done quite well. Jamie Mulcairn has been absolutely super in the back for the youngest guy who's on the team, and obviously Killian Doyle has thrown in a couple of points of play, 2 sidelines, an outrageous free. The ball isn't sticking for Castletown inside. They're very isolated when the ball goes in there. There's a lot of breaks happening off it, and Raharney are just clearing their lines.
Well, it's half time here in this 2021 final, sponsored by Slevin Coaches, and a half-time score of Raharney 11 points, Castletown Geoghedan 6. We're going to a break, and then back with us where we will honour the St. Bridget's team of the 1970, 71 and 72. The 3 in a row winning team will be honoured here in TG Cusie Park. So join us after the ad break.
Slevin Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GA Hurling Championships.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusick Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. If I ain't got you, ain't got you, baby. You don't know what it's like, baby. You don't know what it's like.
All new Renault Capture SUV for all your lives.
Back here at TG Cusie Park at half time, where Westmeath Hurling Board and County Board are honouring the St. Bridget's team that won 3 in a row of 1970, 1971 and 72. And thankfully it's 50 years ago. I'm joined here by Jerry Buckley in the county. It's 50 years ago, Jerry, but nice to see a lot of these men still here. I know obviously a lot of them because I grew up at the time when hurling, I suppose, back home was in my house, and my father's still alive, thanks be to God, and he's down there with the cup, and he's on the Westmeath Examiner Cup on the 3 in a row. What are your memories of that team?
I'd love to say I was in nappies, but I wasn't, Ray. I was slightly older. I was 12 when they won their first title in 68, and then do the maths yourself, then they also won, as you say, in 70, 71 and 72. A great side, and great to see so many of them there and looking fit and well. You know, we meet Ollie Gallagher here every week, but fellas like Liam Maher and Ollie Egan and those, it's great to see them down there, you know. And as I would have said before the game, a remarkable club in that they won all those titles without ever having their own grounds. And I did a piece with Liam Maher for the Westmeath Examiner some time back there, and we talked about that. There's still great pride in those achievements, and they were an outstanding team, Ray.
Yeah, probably the first team, Jerry, that dominated at the end of the 60s, early 70s. You know, we followed by Brownstown in the 80s, Loughlin Gales in the 90s, and those Dunkills since that. But these men, you know, I barely remember. I'd like to say too I was in nappies, but I have 2 brothers down there on the side. They're down at the far end. They were both the mascots in those victories. You know, I can see down there, you see Colin Gavin, Vinnie Bagnall, Anthony Gavin, Ollie Egan. my own father, Mary Bradley, wife of the late Ray Bradley, who was sadly deceased, Vinnie Bradley.
Yeah, great. And the Bradleys were always synonymous with, you know, St Bridget's hurling teams and St Mary's football teams. And sad to see Ray having passed away. Sad to see John having passed away in Waterford. I met him over the years, and a very loyal Westmeath Gael. Used to always often ring me and talk about Westmeath matters, and fellas who've never forgotten their roots.
Ollie Gallagher, goalkeeper on that team, you know, goalkeeper for Westmeath for a great number of years, 4 medals to his name as well.
Oh, absolutely. Well, like, we were privileged in Westmeath for many years, a bit like England with Ray Clements and Peter Shilton. We had Ollie Gallagher and Sean Greville roughly at the same time, and either of those goalkeepers would have been in any county team in Ireland.
Absolutely.
And I don't say that lightly.
Absolutely. And Anne Colligan was down to representing her brother, the late Albert Colligan. Albert, a full-back of great renown in that team as well. Conor Lanigan coming forward here now. Again, the cornerback, as we said to Paula Hearn earlier on, a man that would take your life. It was some cornerback.
Yeah, well,
Jackie Hill is down there now. Just as they're going through them here, Jerry.
Yeah, sorry for cutting it back. Like, as Ollie would have said to me when Albert Colgan was in front of you, listen, it made the art of goalkeeping a little bit easier.
Tommy Colgan down there as well, another man with 4 medals, you know, plagued by injury as well too, but he, again, a quality hurler as well.
Yeah, this is tremendous stuff. Now I'm delighted to see so many of them here, and you know, on the law of averages, I suppose, you know, you're always going to lose people after that length of time, so it's great to see that the vast majority of the men are down there and looking fit and healthy and very entitled to be proud of their achievements, Ray.
Absolutely. Mary Bradley, wife of Ray, and then Vinnie Bradley was left half back in those teams. Kevin Gavin, himself and Lee Maher, four championships in a row, playing in the middle of the field. Himself and Lee, a great partnership. Then, you know, county hurling together as well. Lee Maher, the current chairman of the club out there, keeping the thing going out in St Bridget's, you know, and they'll be hoping, you know, maybe watching these lads and maybe give some inspiration to young lads out in Derrystown as well.
Yeah, well, I'm going off at a tangent here, but the last time I met Vinnie Bradley was a happy night for me. I had the privilege of being on winning streak, and Vinnie works for On Post, and he was there that night, so I hope I meet him again some night.
Yeah, and you have Ollie Egan then. Ollie, great free taker, great man. You would guarantee if Ollie was standing over a 21-yard free, no matter how many was in the goals, he'd roof it. Ted Egan, again a very skillful wing forward. Red Pat Bradley again came on to the team for the latter couple of championships as well. Colin Gavin, centre half back and captain of the first team that won the first championship in '68 and then moved up the field and became poacher turned gamekeeper, became a full forward of great renown.
He did indeed, and father of course to Damien, who gave us that wonderful memory in 1995 holding up the Tom Markham Cup.
Exactly, Carmen Mahers, sister of Cars. Seamus Ian was corner forward in that team. He sadly passed away as well, and his grandson down there to receive. Pat O'Brien from Tipperary just not able to join us. John Nash Bamba, as he was commonly known as, again another man has moved out of the area as well, sadly, but again Richie Quirk as well, man, was domiciled down in Cork, but sadly passed away as well.
Yeah, I think Richie was on the Kalash Tawira team that won their B Colleges All Ireland, and a few of that team have passed away, including himself, and Lord of Mercy, and we remember fellas like that today.
Finny Bagnall, Anthony Gavin again, man that ended up with Oliver Plunkett's here, and 2 sons of course, and 4 sons probably gave service to Oliver Plunkett, Noel and Greg, you know, again.
And he gave great service to Barry Kelly as an umpire.
That's right. Frank Ryan, brother of Michael Ryan, Tommy Carey has already gone through it. Noel Maher there, his son there. Noel again sadly passed away.
The lads are going to get a mention now.
We're very good to mention Warwick again. He's done umpire a lot of times now with Sean Carroll. He's still involved very much, and Martin then, one of the younger brothers. I don't know how much he remembers about all those games, but look, the father was chairman of the club that time, and at that time chairman was everyone. He wasn't just, you know, just over the club, he was over the team. I remember these men, you know, getting team talks in our house at home as we grew up. Yeah, well, look, that's the St Bridget's team of 1970, 71 and 72. For me, it's a great honour to see them out there, and delighted to see them being honoured after And Jerry, we'll let you back to your duty with Midlands Radio 3. Thanks very much for joining us here. And again, thanks, Jerry, for your insight from those lads.
And thanks, I'm honoured to be asked, Ray.
Okay, we're just going to have a quick chat with the boys here in the press box here, because both sides back out. We're waiting with the referee. Lads, good open, exciting first half. Raharney seemed to settle quicker into the game. Johnny, what was your view on it?
Yeah, Raharney just seem to be the hungrier team at the moment. They've done all the hurling in the first half, and it's Raharney's game to lose at the minute. So Castletown really need a huge performance now.
The only thing that might stand to Castletown, their second half performance against Killian in the semi-final. That's when they played their best hurling. If they don't play the first 10 here, they're out of town.
Yeah, Castletown really have to raise their game here. Been very impressed by Raharney, their hunger, particularly in defence, where they're mopping up every ball that comes in.
Great points from line balls. We've seen the skills from Killian Doyle.
We're free nowadays from 65 in,
Look, we're just waiting for the referee to come back, and we'll let the lads go, and we'll come back to Paul Ahern and myself here for the second half. And as we were saying there, the referee is back out on the field, but certainly, as Eddie alluded to there, if Castletown don't come out of the blocks in the second half, they're in grave danger of suffering the unwanted accolade of being losing 3 finals, Paul. So certainly they need to get their act together and get it together quickly in the start for this second half.
Yeah, no, they need to start quickly and get their intensity up. I think, particularly for the last 5 minutes, even just looking around the field, their body language wasn't that great. It was kind of like, what's going on here, and they just need to realise that they've 30 minutes, they have a huge opportunity. There's not too much in it. It's definitely retrievable, but they really need to start with a huge level of intensity and just try and get a couple of early scores and build a bit of momentum.
James Connery has just been introduced to the Raharney team as the referee gets the game underway. And what we had in the first half, a lot of ruck ball there, but this time it is Liam Vardy that comes out of that ruck, and Liam off his left hand drops it in. The sun very much in the eyes of the Raharney backs back there, but Aaron Mchugh didn't let it affect him that time, and he kept his eye on that and sees it go out harmlessly out over the end line and wide.
Yeah, the wind seems to have dropped just a tad. I think Liam might have thought there was a score on there, and when it goes wide like that, it's just kind of looks harmless enough.
Yeah, the puck out from the goalkeeper. Aaron Mchugh is dropping here up. Players go to the sky, broken down. Neil Kirby on to Ingus Clark. Ingus quick as a flash, trying to get quick ball inside there. This time it breaks. Niall O'Brien trying to get on the break. A little bit of a hand and error inside. Neil Kirby tries to scoop it up, but the Raharney men are in around it there, and they have the possession. Cormac Boyle is back there. Cormac, lovely heads up play, fires it down here to Eamon Cunningham. Eamon dispossessed here by Angus Clark, but the referee signals that the ball was out over the sideline. I know Angus might have been over the line, I didn't think it was, but Angus just gives the ball back. I won't say he's happy with the decision, but he accepts it, and the ball is down there on the 45, and Eamon Cunningham is getting ready to cut this ball in. Eamon left-handed, down the line it goes. Ball broken through, and Liam Vardy, he's in a little bit of space here, gets it back to Johnny Berringham. Johnny under pressure moves it across the full half back line there now, where Shane Clavin comes forward, and Shane off his left hand on the run gets it inside. Morgan Gavin trying to make sure the Raharney man doesn't get the possession, and Joe Clark has now stepped out to the ball. Joe under pressure gives the pass away. The shot does come in, and this shot, you can see from Aaron Mchugh's reaction there, he knew that one was going across the front of the goals, and it's out over the line.
Yeah, I mean, Castletown have started with a bit more intensity for sure, but two opportunities kind of begging there, which would have really brought them right back into the game.
Yeah, and this game can go by very quickly. We've seen it yesterday, Paul. Next thing you're into a second water break, and you need to get that scoreboard moving in these chances. Eamon Cunningham is coming forward here now, and Raharney have a chance here. The ball back with Cormac Boyle, but being forced back away towards his own goals, and eventually over towards Eamon on the far side of the field. Eamon doesn't control it, out over the sideline. Like you said, Paul, looking at that wind over there on the far side, it does look like it has died a little bit.
It certainly isn't the advantage it was in the first half. Now it might come back, but definitely it suited Raharney in the first half for sure.
Yeah, line ball is cut into it again, not the best one in the world. Neil Kirby or Plunkett Maxwell is fighting for it over there, but he doesn't win it, and the ball is given inside. Mark Lennon comes forward, thought about going for the score, but then thought better of it and gives it out here to Owen Keys. Owen under severe pressure there, and it's the Castletown man that wins that possession. David Lynch has come in here to give a little bit of support. He's under pressure, not the best strike in the world, gets it out only as far as Joey Boyle. Joy off his left hand takes the shot, and the reaction in the stand will tell you that one is on target, and
that's exactly what Castletown didn't want to happen. Kind of dominate the first 3 or 4 minutes. 2 bad wides. Raharney come up, second chance of the second half, score.
Yeah, the ball down here towards Angus Clark has 3 blue jerseys around him as he manages to catch the ball. Had his hurl held, but then does brilliantly to get the ball across here. Castletown coming forward, an opportunity, trying to duck inside the tackle, needs to get the pass away. The referee allows the play to go on, and the Raharney men, they get back, and David Hickey with the red helmet coming forward, lovely skill there. Maybe took a little bit much out of it. Kieran O'Brien is trying to close him down, but David, he's very confident. He's had everything under control there, and long relieving clearance down this side of the field it goes. Great catch in there, and the 2 corner forwards, Owen Heron and Owen Keys, and eventually the chance for James Goulry, and James Goulry with the shot, and that's a beautiful score there. Long ball played down here. David Hickey had everything under control, won the ball, and great play between the 2 corner forwards, and James Goulry just introduces the sub at half time, fires that one over the bar. The puck out is gone down the far side of the field again. Angus Stark trying to get into the game. He's tried left, he's tried right, he's tried middle, but Raharney seemed to have the measure of him today. Joey Boyle has the possession now. Joey thought about giving the ball back, looked like there was a nudge in the back there. Referee doesn't see it, and then says that there was it a throw ball there?
Yeah, he said he called a throw ball there, but Castletown attacking, they had a goal opportunity, a definite point opportunity, butchered it, turned over, back up the field, and James Goulry puts the ball over the bar. They're real killers when you're trying to chase a game.
Yeah, the free is going to be for Niall O'Brien. Again, this is back inside his own 65-metre line. We'll watch as a sub being warmed up on the Castletown sideline, but we'll watch as Niall strikes this when it goes high up into the sun. Is it on target? I think it is. The signal is coming that it is over the bar.
Badly needed score from Castletown there. They need to tag on another 1 or 2 now just to get really back into it. 5 points.
13 points to 7, I think it is.
And Conor Murphy's coming on for Castletown now.
Conor Murphy just been introduced from Morgan Gavin. Conor wearing the number 23. McKeaney replacing Plunkett Maxwell. 2 quick throws in the dice there by the Castletown men, because they know they have to do something about it. They need to get that scoreboard moving. The puck out has already come. It's down into the Raharney half forward line. On the breaking ball is Conor Kane. Conor swallowed up by 3 Raharney men, has to drop the ball to the ground, but does very well to get it inside to Liam Varley. Liam has the possession. He opens the play out for Shane Clavin. Has time to juggle with the ball and get it into his hand eventually, and with the left hand fires it in. It's a long ball dropping in towards Joe Clark. Joe dropped, but took the hurl into the opposite hand. Has showed a bit of strength there and caught the ball, but an opportunity to get a pass in there doesn't work out, and Raharney have the possession back, and nice clearance there from Sean Quinn, and Mark Lennon coming forward, and Mark heading across into the Castletown half of the field. Pass on here for Kieran Doyle, asking a lot of Kieran. Kieran closed down there, but again referee signals there that there was a foul there. I think he was playing the advantage. I think there was a push on the back there, I think, by Kieran Doyle, and the free is awarded, and Liam Varley showing a bit of urgency now. He fires the ball over there towards Niall O'Brien, where it's 1-1. Niall has the ball, he's away, trying to get away from his man, gives the ball back out to McKeaney. McKeaney takes a shot, and it's over the bar. Substitutes working for Castletown early doors. McKeaney onto that one, fires it over the bar.
Yeah, they needed that score just earlier in that play. Joe Clark's catch was absolutely phenomenal. Unfortunately, nothing came off it.
Yeah, we're gone to a 5-point game, Paul. 13 points to 8. Ball is poked out over the far side of the field. Again, Raharney trying to fight, Castletown trying to fight as well. Owen Kesey goal lifts it and he has it again. He's bottled up, trying to get heads towards the sideline, had a chance maybe to get that ball away, and then he was dispossessed over there. Liam Vardy getting through a mountain of work for his side there, gives it off to Nisha McKenna. Nisha on here to Aaron Glennon. Aaron has time to get after the ball because it didn't go to hand. He's coming forward and with the right hand delivers it right down the line where Joe Clark, he's out in front of his man, but that was only for a second. But great play by Joe, holds off the tackle there, gives it back to Neil Kirby. Neil doesn't control it the first time, but he steps inside, takes his job, and the roar from the crowd will tell you that one is over the bar. Nice score there from Neil Kirby. And
Castletown certainly have the bit between their teeth now. They just got that bit more energy all over the field. They're winning the breaks, the 50-50 balls. Ball is sticking to Joe Clark when it goes in there. He's winning every ball that goes in there, and really do just try to do the sensible thing. Laid it back to Neil Kirby there, who popped over a lovely score.
Yeah, another sub coming in for the Castletown is Cormac Jackson, the latest man to be introduced. He's replacing Kieran O'Brien. Cormac wearing number 21, so 3 subs in quick succession shows the fact that the Castletown mentors down there, they know that this game is slowly creeping away from them. Referee having a word with the sideline here. Again, this Robbie Grebbel is down. Again, the referee is given time.
Robbie's been clever. He was killing the momentum in the game there, but James McGrath's let play go on now.
James has called it to be hooked out, and Nisha McKenna out from the full back line there, knocks that ball down. But again, good work there by Ona Hearn, coming back and hooked nicely there. But still, Raharney still have the possession. Ball given inside, but again trying to find Mark Lennon, but again blocked down again on it. But Raharney doing very well, and Mark Lennon again from the wing half back position charges through a tackle, and the referee said too many steps taken there. And yeah, I think probably right there. But all these things can be momentum changes. Shane Clavin has taken the free quickly because Niall O'Brien thought about coming out together, but found himself in a little bit of space, and Niall takes the free.
This is game on now. Until the all the decisions, all the 50-50 balls are all going Castletown's way, and they've really got a great bit of momentum the last 4 or 5 scores.
Yeah, Niall O'Brien that time, Raharney, whether they just tuned out a little bit there as they thought he was going to go out and take the free, but heads up play from Shane Clavin there, picked them out with the short free and then fired it over the bar. Angus Clark starting to have a big influence in this game now, and wins that puck out and over the shoulder, drives it in, it's dropping down inside. Joe Clark is on it again. Niall O'Brien is foraging in along with him. Who has the possession here? Castletown. They don't get it because the ball scoots outside, and Mark Lennon, not the best hand pass in the world, but he's gone after the referee, allows the play to go on, and Neil Kirby comes in and picks his pocket. He was the team captain last year. Remember, he was away on duty with the Irish Army, missed the county final, had a chance there to narrow the gap, but pulled it across to the right and wide, and an opportunity there. The way this game is going, every one of these chances need to be taken, Paul.
Yeah, no, that was a great opportunity. He probably had even a little bit more time than he thought he had there, and he put it over in a 2-point game. There's nothing in it really.
Yeah, the ball, super catch there by Joey Boyle, takes a big hit but goes to ground. The referee doesn't buy the dive, and the ball is still there, and is well picked up by Kieran Doyle. Kieran trying to go through, gives a hand pass to nobody in particular. Castletown man is on the ground. Has he got in his hand? It's Johnny Birmingham. Johnny manages to clatter into the referee, who goes to ground.
That's the best tackle of the day, James McGrath. I think he should be giving himself a card for a body check.
Yeah, definitely not a shoulder-to-shoulder tackle, but from the throw-in ball, the ball has broken and the shot comes in. And certainly for Castletown's point of view,
they were very disappointed. They won a huge ball under pressure coming out. The ref stops the play, throws it in. Raharney get possession, but thankfully went wide from the Castletown perspective.
Wild swing there from the Raharney man there. I think it might have been Niall O'Brien, or it was number 21 there.
Cormac
Jackson there, but wild one-handed swing there, and the referee right on it and awards the free in this free. And Killian Doyle, haven't seen much Killian in the second half yet, but he's back to take this free. It's just inside his own half of the field. 13 points to 10. Game on here. in TG Cusick Park, as Killian knows now that there's a little bit of pressure on every one of these frees now, because Castletown have the little bit of momentum. He lifts it and he strikes it. He strikes it high and he strikes it through, and the nod comes from one umpire to the next to see that that's all the way over the bar. Beautiful score, 4 between them. Kieran Glennon, he's back there in the goals. What's he going to do? He goes short. Liam Vardy closed down straight away, but manages to get the ball away, and through the hands it goes now. Aaron Glennon has Shane Clavin over there on loose on the half back line. Shane takes the shot. Huge lovely play there from the Castletown man. I think the 2, 3, 4 and 5 really all had that ball. A lovely score.
Really well worked. Past the short sticks through the lines, and a fantastic score from midfield from Shane Clavin.
Yeah, back to a 3-point game as Aaron Mchugh tries this one out, dropping here. Neil Kirby had read that from the minute it left his stick, and he grabs it, does very well, and gives it on here. Now there's a chance for Liam Vardy. Liam takes the shot, but unfortunately for Liam, that one just tailed to the right and wide there.
Castletown don't rule those now. They've had 4 bad wides so far this quarter, and a couple of other chances that they've spurned, and if they've taken even half of those, they'll draw a game probably.
Yeah, it's 3 between them, as the goalkeeper is Aaron Mchugh, and he launches it, dropping down there, up go the hands. Ball breaks down, but it's the Raharney men that are on the breaking ball. James Goonry. James has possession turned over, and Angus Stark is on the move. He's just out inside his own, the 65-metre line for Raharney. It's over. It's only his second point, Paul, but he's certainly
been really influential as the game has come on. He's winning an awful lot of dirty ball, picking up a lot of breaks, even puckouts, and Angus is really exerting his influence in this game now.
Yeah, David Hickey has been marking him everywhere he went, and he's been making life awkward for him, but that one fired over the bar. The puck out goes short out to Mark Lennon, and Mark hits it central. Ball is hanging in the air here. Couple of men going from it. 2 men from Castletown go for it, and the breaking ball goes straight to Darren Finn, and the full back has come forward. What a beautiful
scores are coming thick and fast now. Some great scores. This second half is really opened up. Some beautiful point taking.
Yeah, that's the full back that came forward there with signals coming. We are going for the water break. I think we are. Water break is 15 minutes gone the second half. 3 between them, Paul, and certainly this is building up for a really exciting. The crowd are even the reaction. Castletown Geoghedan supporters trying to get behind their team, because they've pulled themselves back in by the skin of their fingernails even to get themselves back into this game.
No, absolutely. I mean, Castletown have come out with a new purpose in the second half. Real energy, real determination, and real drive and winning. A lot of the decisions, a lot of the tight plays, they're coming away with the ball, and they definitely have a good bit of momentum with them. If they can take their opportunities, they'll be getting really well back into the game. Raharney have been, compared to the first half performance, they've been a bit more sedate. They've taken opportunities as they've come to them, but I would say Castletown management are probably happy with the way the game is going at this moment. Raharney are probably delighted to be water break now to regroup, try and get their energy back up again, but it's all to play for.
Yeah, certainly all to play for. That last score from the full-back Darren Finn there coming forward there onto a breaking ball. It was a great boost for Raharney there at the time when scores were getting hard to come by from their forward line. The full-back to step in and best part of 55 yards out, still slots it over Kieran Glennon's crossbar, and play will get underway from that. 15 points now for Raharney. Castletown 12, 3 between them. It's only a 1-score game. The puck out again. Liam Vardy finds himself in a little bit of space, and he takes the puck out as he comes forward with it under pressure. Gives the hand pass away. Mick Heaney doesn't react first, and it's Eamon Cunyon who gets the ball, and Raharney coming forward again. James Goonry with a hand pass out to Killian Doyle. Killian on the Castletown 65-metre line. Shot is half blocked down. It goes up in the air. David Lynch flicks off his hurl. Liam Vardy was under the breaking ball. Now it breaks here again. Good work there by Johnny Birmingham, but he doesn't hold the possession. The ball is picked up on a high tackle there on the Raharney man there. I think that's Joey Boyle that goes to ground, but
Joey kind of turned around and stood into him. I think it was Aaron Glennon had his hands out, and Joey turned straight back into him and just went to the ground.
Yeah, but Joey's back on his feet, thankfully. Nothing too serious, but it will be another opportunity for Killian Doyle just to push that lead back out a little bit further again. This time, free between the 20 metre, closer to 20 than the 45. It's about 10 metres in from the side, and maybe a little bit more. But Killian hands over this one. Not every one of these is Ireland. Yellow card for the number 2 there from Castletown Geoghedan. But Killian Doyle, he's ready here with this free. He lifts it and he strikes it. And he strikes it accurately. Beautiful score there from Killian. And we have a 4-point game. 16 now for Raharney, 12 for Castletown. The puck out, taken by Kieran Glennon, goes long, dropping down. Niall O'Brien has the hand in the air, has the ball in the hand, gives it in to Angus Starr. Angus on the 13-metre line. All Raharney is after him, takes the shot. But unfortunately, for the Castletown men, Angus just couldn't get enough purchase on the strike, and that one into the side net, or just maybe just outside the side net. But goal chances have been few and far between here today.
To be honest, I think Castletown need a goal. I think they need a goal. They're just not getting enough points and enough momentum out of those points. Raharney are still tagging on scores.
Yeah, Darren Finn, the man who got the point previously there for him, gives it back here to David Hickey. Lovely stick work from David. He drops it in here. Dangerous ball, breaks inside. Kieran Glennon keeps his eye on it, does very well, gets it out to Liam Vardy. Liam takes it under control and then hand pass it off to David Lynch. David, through the hand it goes again. Aaron Glennon, he grabs it. But again, trying to get a hand pass away. The ball is flicked away from there. It was out over the sideline, but it's a 9 ball for the Castletown men. The Raharney men pleading for it there, but I think the call was right. It is going to be a 9 ball.
It was blocked. His hand pass was blocked and went out over the sideline.
Liam Vardy stands over this and he cuts it, sends it over into space there. Who's it? Broken down inside. Shane Clavin, he coming forward from the right half back, left half back position, but again a poor shot in, a weak shot. Aaron Mchugh has time to come out and grab it, and time then to give it on to Robbie Grebbel, who gives a lovely strike ball on to Mark Lennon, gives it inside, and David Hickey has it again. David looks up and sees that he has a little bit of time, shortens his stick and fires the ball into space. The foot race over there. It's the Castletown man that's out there on front. They have the possession and they come forward with it again. Ball hand pass inside. Shane Clavin is on it again, blocked down, but has time to pick it up again. Holds it, blocked down, totally bottled up there by the Raharney man. And James Goonery, he steps in for the possession. Killian Doyle throws a dummy, comes in, he gets a nice hand pass away, looking for Kieran Doyle. Kieran from a standing position takes the shot. Umpires look at each other and you see the little nod from one to the other. Beautiful score.
That's an incredible score. Just stood high, avoiding all the pressure around him. Just really, really classy score.
Ball fired over the bar, lovely score. The puck out is already taken. Niall O'Brien takes it down. He's trying to get a little bit of space, gives it on to Angus Clark. Angus sees the opportunity to take the point, and he does that. Nice reply there. 4 between them. 17 to 13. This game, Paul, I think you said, I think your goal is going to decide this game one way or the other. Whatever team gets it is going to, get the chance. We see Pat O'Brien down there calling these men to go route one with it. You have Niall O'Brien in there. He's causing trouble every time he goes in. But the puck out is dropping down here. Who's the first to react to it? David Lynch. He has it. David strikes it, but Sean Quinn is back there under the dropping ball, cool as a breeze, catches the ball and then moves over into space, and then a fabulous ball over to Eamon Cunny. Eamon in space between the 45 and 20 metre line. He does very well. He gives it back inside. David Hickey comes forward. David takes the shot. It comes in, and again David Hickey, the man that fires it over the bar. Beautiful score. David's second point. He wasn't listening to start. He's wearing the number 18 jersey. He's been picking up Angus Stark pretty much throughout the game and has added 2 points of his own to the scoreboard.
He's done very well. He's done very, very well.
Puck out is coming this side of the field. Again, Neil Kirby waiting for it to come into the hand, and the full back is Darren Finn, and Darren does very well to keep in play. Gives it on now. Kieran Doyle. Kieran goes by David Lynch, and off his left hand takes the shot. Is dropping in. Kieran Glennon. No, it's not. Kieran Glennon had the time in the hall all the time in the world there to let the ball go by him and then just to recover and go back and clear it out long. And certainly another Castletown hearts in the mouth there now as the ball comes in here. Ball is picked up here. There's an opportunity of a shot to come in here. That shot comes in from the number 22 there.
McKeaney, that's a great score.
That's a great score. Remember a man who had been in Australia for a long number of years. He's back. Second point for Mick here now. And we're down to a 4-point game again. Aaron Mchugh, he's in absolutely no hurry. Over down there in the goal on our right hand side as players line up here on the Raharney half forward line, Castletown half back line as the puck out goes high. Who is it? Conor Kane, he grabs it. Conor trying to get a strike away, but he's blocked down. Breaks into space where Eamon Cunyon is on it. Eamon half hoop, but he gets the shot in. Kieran Glennon can't do anything about it. That one drops over the bar. Eamon Cunyon, Eamon's first point there, lovely score there off his right hand.
Castletown get a bit of momentum, Ray. You know, Raharney come back up and get a score off probably a Castletown mistake, and you know they just really need to kind of get a run of 2 or 3 scores, Castletown, to get back into this now.
Yeah, the puck out. Feeding well in the bird. Robbie Gravel. Robbie comes into the tackle, wasn't getting the free and has to hand pass it away and goes to a Castletown man there on the attack again. There's a chance here. Mick feeds it in here to Neil Kirby. Neil comes round on his right hand side. He turns and he shoots. Lovely score by the number 10 there, Neil Kirby. Nice score there, certainly. Castletown still in this game, 4 between them, but they can't seem to just close that gap to get it to a 1-score game. Aaron Mchugh, he's back there. The clock's up on the far side, so about 23 minutes and 46 seconds gone as Aaron Mchugh thought about coming forward, waiting for a signal from the referee, and he eventually does come forward and fires it, goes central. Ball dropping down here. Couple of Castletown men go up, it goes over their heads. Conor Kane, he tries to roll liftable as his pocket picked by Joey Boyle, and Joey under pressure over the shoulder takes the shot, and that's a lovely score. And I think, you know, just to go back to what you said, every time Raharney get a bit of momentum, a little bit of a mistake, and Raharney capitalise on, and that's exactly what happened that time again. Puck out, Niall O'Brien trying to knock it down, but Robbie Gravel is on the breaking ball. Robbie being forced back, gives the pass back to Cormac Boyle, who drives the ball down this side of the field. David Lynch breaks it down. Aaron Glennon, he steps in and wins the ball, comes away from a couple of tackles, does very well to strike that ball close to the sideline, gets it inside. The Raharney have the numbers there. Sean Quinn has it. Sean comes forward, little hand pass in centre. Eamon Cunyon, he steps forward and wins it, and over the shoulder strikes it. It's very close to the sideline. Up they go, grabbed very well there by Johnny Birmingham. Johnny gives it inside. Shane Clavan tries to flick it by James Goulry, does some work, and Raharney have the possession again. David Hickey's attempted shot is blocked down. Referee allows the play to go on. Conor Kane has Angus Clark in support. Angus lifts the ball, fires in, it's dropping in. Goalkeeper does very well, kept his eye on the ball there because of the Castletown man waiting for any bit of a mistake there, and Aaron Mchugh, safe pair of hands, gives the ball out, and the ball is driven long. It's down the far side. Nisha McKenna breaks it down to Shane Clavan. Shane slips, but he's under severe pressure over there. Does very well, gets it out. Liam Varley. Liam turns around, goes long, gets it inside. Niall O'Brien is trying to get a hand of it, breaks inside. Niall almost on for it again, but great covering there by Jamie Mulcairns. Jamie half hooped as he cleared the ball, but he gets it out. It's out on the 65-minute line. Joe Clark. Joe drops it in. It's dropping in. Up they go, broken down. But again, Niall O'Brien is on the ground. Who has the possession? Referee, I think he's going to call a halt to it.
Niall O'Brien jumped up and landed on the ball, and nobody could get at it. There's been some fantastic scores from play. Like, some of the point taking has been really, really excellent this game.
Niall has the ball from the throw in, hasn't got room to take the shot, but works it out well and gives it back here. The ball is fired over the bar there. The number man was a number 23 there. That's Conor Murphy. Conor fires it over the bar. Nice score there. It's still the 4 points between them. The clock says we're 28 and a half minutes gone. Aaron Mchugh, he's certainly taken all the time. There's a sub coming in from Raharney wearing the number 20. It's John Shaw, the experienced John Shaw, but referee, he's not coming on. The referee is not allowed to change to happen just yet because Castletown have won the the puck out, and Conor Keane off the hurl, strikes it in here, dangerous ball, but the goalie, Aaron Mchugh, he reads the danger, and he's out on his 13-metre line, wins the puck out and gives it over the far side. Angus Stark trying to get on the breaking ball. He has Joe, his brother, over there in support, but again, good tackling there by the Raharney man, Mark Lennon. Mark a little bit too robust there, and the foul is committed there, and the sub now comes in. It's that man, John Shaw, comes in. He's replacing Ona Hearn.
Great to see John Shaw coming on. You know, he'll be brought in to hopefully win a ball up there and keep Raharney ticking ahead. But there's great opportunity for Niall O'Brien now to bring it back to a one-score game.
Yeah, 27 minutes 30 seconds gone as Niall O'Brien takes this free. It's a crucial free, and it's fired over the bar. We're back to a 3-point game, 20 points now to Raharney, 17 for Castletown. No goal in this 2021 final yet. Will we have one?
Could we get the draw, Ray?
Could we get the draw, Paul? We'll see. The next couple of minutes will tell us. The puck out is coming from Aaron Mchugh. David Lynch is on the run looking for it. Neil Kirby is on it, but Liam Varley, he almost had it, but he has ball is robbed there, and lovely little play there from James Goldie. James into Cormac Boyle. Cormac turns around. John Shaw is under this one as it drops in the square. The two of them are on the ground. What's the referee going to do? Who has the ball? John Shaw. Has he got the ball? He seems to have it. The ball is in there. But Kieran Glennon, he's coming out with it. He's on the ground. He does very, very well, did the goalkeeper. Wins that possession. But then the Castletown, the pass, not the best one in the world from Mick Heaney there. Put his teammate under pressure. Killian Doyle has it. Killian very, very close to the sideline. Linesman signals he's gone out over the sideline. That was Paul Ahern. What happened in there in front of the goals?
Well, John Shaw and Nisha were competing for the ball, I'd say, and John Shaw ended up kicking it into the keeper's arms.
Yeah, the ball driven down long here, but the Raharney men, they deal with it again. Darren Finn, nice ball out to Kieran Doyle. Kieran with a shoulder pass on to Sean Quinn. Sean half hooked as he tries to get the shot away. The referee allows to play the goal. Liam Varley. Liam turns around, drops in. Niall O'Brien is on the run, trying to get it inside. But again, great play in there. Super play by Jamie Mulcairns, a young player, and what a player, does very well there to win that crucial ball. Raharney turned defence into attack. Ball breaks to Joy Boyle. Joy, let the ball fall out of his hand at a crucial time. We're a half a minute of the 30 minutes remaining, but Castletown have the possession, but it's back inside their own 13-metre line. Ball given out here, and Castletown need to get this into the danger area as quick as they can. They go through the lines. Ball, nice work there by Cormac Murphy. Comes inside, the shot comes in.
Takes the point.
Lovely score there for the Castletown men. 20-18.
Time.
Two between them. Owen Quinn is down here. Is he about to be introduced? We'll see. There's a sub warming up. It's Conor Mchugh from Raharney. We'll see. Yes, the linesman is allowing the first change to come in here. The man that's coming in is Owen Quinn. We're number 18. Where is he heading for? McKinney. I think McKinney making his way off here. Got 2 points after coming in. This seems a strange decision, but we'll watch. It could be an injury there. 21. There's another 4 minutes of additional time is the call as the puck out is won here by the Raharney man. Owen Keys, he has it under severe pressure, tries to get it back out to Darren Finn. Darren wins the ball, but his attempted shot is blocked down, and Castletown men are on it again. Can they get the possession? Shane Clavan, team captain, he has it. He heads over into a little bit of space, has the time and the room to swing the stick, fires it down the far side of the field where Owen Quinn, the man has just been introduced. Has he got possession? No, he hasn't, because Raharney have 2 defenders back in there. The ball now out with David Hickey. David, time to spin around and have a look, and then fire a nice low ball in to James Goolry. James out in front of his man, goes to ground. Referee says it's a free, and it's a crucial free. And Paul, there's 1.5 minutes. I think there was.
Yeah, this is probably going to go over the bar, so Castletown are still going to be in the same position they need as a goal to stay in the game.
Substitute here down below us is Conor Mchugh. He's replacing Owen Keys. He's listed at number 5 but didn't start. Remember, David Hickey started at right half back, but this now a crucial free for Killian Doyle. He'll be in no hurry to take this free. 20 points to 18, remember, in favour of Raharney as Killian comes forward and he lifts it and he strikes it, and the umpires signal to each other that it's over the bar. A 3-point game, it's a 1-goal game, a 1-score game. The puck out has already been taken. Castletown have that possession. McHeaney, he's still on there, he's wearing the number 22. Mick is under pressure, he's dispossessed. Kieran Doyle has it. Kieran very, very close to the sideline. Liam Varley is trying to get in over his back, but Kieran trying to lift that ball and eventually lets it roll out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball, but this line ball is back on Castletown's 45-metre line. Liam Varley, he's in a hurry. Referee just call it here. I think there's another substitute coming in here. This time Kieran Doyle is the man that's making his way. Brian McGrath has just been introduced here, but I think at this stage Paul just trying to run down the clock.
Last chance saloon now for Castletown. Can they pull it out of the bag?
Liam Varley drives it in long. Sean Quinn, up goes the stick, and Sean has gone out after. Mark Lennon picks it up in front of him. Mark, he bottled up, but he has Sean then for support, and a lovely strike over into space. It goes to the man that's just been introduced, but he doesn't get possession because Castletown have it, but he did enough with Brian McGrath to get the hoop there and prevent the clearance coming in. Castletown have the possession again. Connor Kane gets it down. Neil Kirby reaches high, but he can't get it, and Cormac Boyle, he gets rid of it with vengeance, drives it right down into the Castletown half the field. Nisha McKenna wins this one. Nisha turns around and he fires it in. Niall O'Brien tries to come out and get it, but brilliant catch there by Robbie Greville, the centre half back, goes down with cramp, it looks like, gives it on to Eamon Cunny. Killian Doyle dummies, comes back on the left hand side, but took a little bit too much out of that because he's blocked down, and Shane Clavin has the ball. Joe Clark, the last chance saloon, certainly as it drops in here. Who's in there? It's the man Niall O'Brien. Niall gives it forward. Kirby, shot, brilliant save, still the danger not gone. Where is it? It's on the ground. That's a penalty then. Is it a penalty? We'll wait. James McGrath, he's gone in there, he's having a look at it. Paul, what did you see? What's he going to? Probably going to throw the ball in on the 20-metre line, but that was the chance that Castletown needed. Great save by the goalkeeper in there, Aaron Mchugh. Referee throws the ball in, spins through everybody, breaks out. Joey Boyle has it. Joey comes out through a tackle, gets a good shoulder, goes to ground, holds that possession, gets it out, gets it away from the danger to Conor Mchugh, and it's all over. It's all over in TG Cusick Park. We have new champions for 2021 because the men from Raharney have emerged victorious on a final scoreline of 21 points to Castletown's 18 points. Paul Ahern summed that up in a minute.
Oh God, that was breathtaking. That was the best second half of hurling we've seen in a long time. It was end. Look, Raharney probably the second quarter where they got the run on Castletown and got those points in the second half gave them that bit of breathing space and try as hard as they might, and they really threw everything at it. Castletown just couldn't close that gap, and you know they probably had a good few missed opportunities in that second half as well for points where it could have even closed it, and really just kind of trying to create that goal opportunity. But you know, second half I would say Raharney's defence was incredible in the second half, particularly Sean Quinn, Jamie Mulcairn, Darren Finn. You know that
Darren Finn even had time to come up the field and score a point in that second half.
Yeah, and like you know they just really every ball that went in was an absolute contest, and you know they're really trying to work hard there. Joe Clark and Niall O'Brien were inside the winning ball, and it was a really titanic battle in that Castletown had full forward line, Raharney full back line, but they probably Raharney I suppose in the balance play probably did enough to edge it. You know Castletown be disappointed and really didn't get going in that first half, and if they'd have brought a bit more to the first half it could have been a different result.
You know Killian Doyle had really been excellent in that first half in particular, and then came very much into it then. But you know, and
Killian was like in the first half, that free, the two sidelines, were absolutely phenomenal. And in general play, he was involved in an awful lot. Credit to Castletown, they really closed him down in the second half, and he had no influence on the game in the second half. But then other Raharney players came to the fore. Robbie Gravel there, just that last ball he won. Joey Boyle came more into the game. Cormac Boyle, I thought, probably didn't get mentioned an awful lot in the game, but his covering back, his sweeping, his work rate was absolutely phenomenal. And then on the other hand, like Castletown, Liam Farley, Johnny Birmingham, really, really good the whole way through the game. Neil Kirby came to the fore and won an awful lot of ball, but it just wasn't enough. Castletown kicked themselves in that first half performance, really. There was way more in them, obviously, based on what you saw in the second half, but Raharney really kind of, I suppose, overall massive team performance, massive work rate, and probably deserved shaded in the end.
Yeah, well, look, we're going to finish here in the commentary box, and from Paula Hearn and myself here, we'll finish up. We're going to an ad break. We're not finished by any manner of means for our viewers. We're going down to the sideline to Paula, and we'll hopefully have some interviews with the victorious manager and some of the players before we finish in the RVTV. But for now, we'll take a break and we'll go to some ads.
Seventh Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GA Hurling Championships.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusick Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. If I ain't got you, baby. You don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like.
All new Renault Capture SUV for all your lives.
Yeah, you're very welcome here to TEG Cusick Park at the end of what has been an absolutely thrilling game of hurling. Turned out to be a rip-roar in the end, but the spoils go to Raharney. Johnny, you tipped Castletown, but at the same time, I'd say you're a happy man this evening.
I said my heart is always with Raharney. The heart wins with Raharney, but that's a typical Raharney performance, full of guts, determination, fight, desire, all of those bits and pieces. And look, I think Raharney had that game won probably after 22 minutes. Killian Doyle showed a masterclass there for that period of time, and then when it came to the crunch towards the end, you just got those score. Castletown will get the score, Raharney might get two. Raharney just seemed to be a little more clinical when they were on the ball, and when they got the scores, I think Raharney only had 3-4 wides in the whole game.
Yeah,
but it's unbelievable.
And again, Eddie, it's another day of sad regret for the men in black and amber. I mean, we were here last year, they almost had a county title win, and it's back to the same old. It
wasn't taken away from them today. Raharney were the better team today. First half in particular. Like if you go back 12 months, Raharney were in a relegation game.
Yeah.
Up in Oliver Plunkett
against Delvin. Yeah.
I met Brendan Mchugh a few weeks after that. He was going for the Raharney job. Not everybody in Raharney wanted to give it to Brendan, but I tell you what, they'll be on the pedestal tonight, Paul.
Yeah, and I suppose Paul O'Donovan, from our viewpoint anyway, probably the better team won. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely, yeah. From the word go, they were hungry, and I suppose early on Castletown took a few sharp puckouts and it didn't work out, but that was Raharney pressing down on them, closing them down, got a few scores out of it, and then there was a lot of dirty ball in there in the first half. Raharney were coming out with that dirty ball, and then when it came down to the backs, I thought they're outstanding today. Jamie Mulcairns, Sean Quinn, Darren Finn, everything that came in, they mopped it up, they cleared it, got their clearances down. David Hickey too had a tremendous game, and they were by far the better team.
And Johnny, that's something we talked about, would these younger lads step up to it today? But young Mulcairns answered all his critics today. I thought he was exceptional. My player of the championship so far has been Shawnee Quinn, and when the chips are down, you need some guys to stand up like that. Maybe not one of the more well-known names, and these guys really stood up when it mattered.
I suppose before the game, we all kind of were saying that both full back lines were under a little bit of pressure to perform today, and I thought that young Mulcairns was brilliant. He was very, very ruthless in his tackling. His his ball coming out was breaking it to the floor, but then you Sean Quinn, Darren Finn, and Cormac Boyle played very deep today. He was in around the full back.
Yeah, he was a withdrawn role more than
Robbie Revel played very well through the middle again, but I just have to say Raharney's big players and the county players stood up tall today, and they really led the line and really got Raharney across the line, and that was the telling factor maybe from previous years and previous finals.
Yeah, and Killian Doyle, of course, with 10 points. Let's be honest with you. Form is temporary, but class is permanent.
I said before the game, if Killian Doyle is man of the match, I'm not saying he is man of the match, but he's my man of the match. I thought Raharney would come out on top. But what about David Hickey? David Hickey wasn't named in the first 15. Started the game, picked up Angus at the start of the game. Straight away he was on Angus Clark. Angus Clark went to 10 before the ball was thrown in. Then he was in midfield. David Hickey followed. David Hickey had a super game today. A super game. I'm delighted to see Cormac Boyle. Cormac's had 1 or 2 seasons. A lot of injuries. Johnny Cormac has suffered a lot of injuries. I've always rated Cormac very high. And he had a super game today. Cormac was outstanding today.
Yeah, and it was those leaders, Paul. When you get to a county final, you need somebody to step up. You need your guys to somebody to raise their hand and say today is going to be our day. And Raharney had most of those guys today. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. In all lines of the field they had. And again, we mentioned young players. Eamon Kineen had another great game as well for Raharney. Another star for the future.
18 years of age.
Yeah, absolutely. And but you can't forget that it came down to the very last puck of the game. We were in there for a goal, and a great save probably by Aaron Mchugh, and then everybody just stood in the ball. James had to throw it in, and that could have ended up in the net. We could have been looking at a replay. So fair play to Castletown. They battled all the way and they gave it everything. There was very little in it as we expected.
Yeah, but again, Johnny, it's defeat for Castletown again. They're getting so close and getting so close and not getting over the line. It has to have some sort of effect on you. They still have wonderful hurlers, and we love watching them here in TG Cusick Park. But today just wasn't their day from the throw-in. Let's be honest.
No, let's suppose look at it from the point of view is analysing what Castletown did. I suppose they did a lot of their hurling pre-final. Tactically, all their setups and all the games. beat Clonkill was a big game. And they did that. But today I just felt they just fell down maybe a little bit on the tactical side of things as well.
Well, the Westmeath Examiner Cup is heading deal side. Johnny will be drinking in the granite tonight. We're going to hand over straight away to our county chairman Frank Maskell with the presentation here in front of us here in the stand in Cusick Park.
We use could I have the Raharney people over here to the stand, please? If you have the energy after that practice, please make your way over here to the tunnel area. And 2 players in particular, I want Eamon Kineen and Killian Doyle. They're to watch out for their arrest here. Ladies and gentlemen, here in Cusick Park, throughout the world, who are watching in and probably raising at that, to their 2 teams who put up such a fantastic display here today. I would like to begin with giving a full award to both teams, the Geoghedan and the Raharney. To our referee, James McGrath, and his officials, a big thank you. We have a small cohort of Hurling referees, but they make up for it in quality. They're absolutely class. So thanks to all our referees during the year. To our sponsors, one sponsor of our Hurling, all our Hurling finals, Sevens, Sons and Father Pack. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. To the staff here in Cusick Park who worked so hard, we had the place not looking great this time yesterday, but they worked on it overnight to present it well for our showcase final. Thanks to all our staff. To both teams, again a fantastic performance by both of you. The agony and the waiting goes on for Castletown. Believe in yourself, it will come. You have to wait another year now. You have too much class for it not to come. And you are young. But commiserations on today, it wasn't your day. Today belongs to the mighty men of Raharney. Congratulations. Well done, guys. You put in a fantastic performance. You built up your lead in the first half. You didn't let it straight. People will talk about the scores that were got, but to me, your defence Team of 2020, the elected All-Ireland Star Award. So, Eamon, congratulations, well done. There's two more awards to go, and they're both connected with the media. So I just want to acknowledge our media, all the coverage they give to our games, to our papers, and to Tony and his crew down there, Facebook, Westmeath official website, all who work so hard on it. Paul O'Donovan has kindly sponsored a man of the match. Is Paul here? Paul, come forward, please. You know Paul from the topic. So he has nominated. It's man of the match is Killian Doyle. So, Raharney are back, and the mighty man is going to come forward to lift the cup on behalf of his warriors down there. Sean Quinn, please. I thought he was out the door, but I thought it'd be good quality there. John.
As you try to let you more for the game. Bear with me, I won't be long. So, firstly, to all the families, partners, supporters, this club, not thank each and every person who played a part in this team enough. From Mammy watching the game, everyone who was up at Georgetown yesterday afternoon, and all the work that was on the background of this club. Just know it's not going unnoticed, and I'm delighted we can repay you just for today. So our sponsors, Supermax, CNN, Elsa's, Gavin, Hunter, Jurrady, Coney Construction, Steve Tires, and anyone else who has given towards this team this year. Thank you, it's greatly appreciated. Thank you to the Westmeath on the board, Manchester for today's game, and the champion of the whole. It's been a tough year and a half with the whole COVID situation, so thanks again for all the work put in to get games played safely. Thanks to everyone for a serious game here today, boys. I think I speak for all the lads when I say how much respect we have for each of the team. Both sides are very similar, so I have no doubt how tough we want to be there today. We're sure we'll be back here again next year fighting for the same prize. Round of applause to Castletown. The Raharney management team, Pat, Walker, Muir, Donny, David, Mark and Canty. Spent more time down the pitch than us players this year with all your meetings after training. Can't thank you enough for the time you've given up and put towards the setup this year. You deserve this just as much as any player. Thanks, guys. The winning man, Mchugh, has all to go here in this year. We want to run the canal, we were running the bog. And he always was the driving force. We're lucky to have a man with your driving passion above this though. And delighted we can give this cup to you after all the work you put in. Thanks, BJ. Finally, the 30-year-old player standing in front of me. The one thing that stood out different in the last 2 years is we finally stopped talking about who we didn't have and instead we focused on who we did have. The amount of leaders in this team is mental for how young of a squad it is. This cup was won by every single player who topped out the blue jersey this year, and today I think we pull it in the dustbin today just the right amount of time. Every single one of you boys, thank you very much. Thank you, Sean. Raharney, enjoy your celebrations over the next few days. Get back to it. The best of luck in the Untitled Chapter. You're going out to represent us against the Dublin champions. So best of luck in that campaign.
Yeah, Johnny, a great speech by Seanie Quinn. He's been my player of the year so far this year.
Yeah,
I've made that known on many occasions, and when the chips were down, he stood up again today, and it must be a proud moment as a Raharney man, and to see one of your own take them to a county title as well.
Yeah, look, it's brilliant. Like Brendan Mchugh, like myself, we said it here earlier on, we'd like to go for Raharney back in 2010. I wasn't a popular choice, to put that with you. So that lads lining up outside the dressing room that year when we won the championship to give me a down, as you said, you're only 6 inches away from the kick in the arse.
Yeah.
The same today from Brendan, but I'm delighted for him. And then I'm not to forget about the guys that are with him. Pat Cunningham, Declan Mullen, Donny Carey. Donny Carey lives in Wolfhound up here. He's has those guys absolutely fine. Those people are Mick Doyle, Mike and Doyle, produced two of the best hurlers we've ever seen. So it's brilliant. I'm just delighted for those people because, as you said earlier on, it's great to see Raharney blood through and through.
Yeah.
Nothing like that passion and that drive to drive a team across the line from your own.
Yeah, and the opposite corner, I suppose, for Castletown, Pat O'Brien, third final to lose. It's hard to take, but having said that, Eddie, they were second best today, let's be honest about it.
There's nothing more dangerous than a blooming hungry Raharney team. And when Raharney comes to town with that attitude, and they have for the last couple of years, they're the first to admit themselves, they're probably below par, but today they came to town, and by the time Castletown woke up, the game was over.
Yeah.
The game was over, they were playing catch up. From the first 15 minutes, they were playing catch up. Pat O'Brien tonight, he's going to be very disappointed. But as Johnny knows manager, I know managing, like you only can do the players, it's where it stops. You can do your best, but when it goes out in the field, and today it's Raharney's day. It's Raharney's day.
And the leader of that pack today was the man of the match, Killian Doyle. He's here with Ray here just on the side of the pitch, and we'll pass over to them now.
Joined here by Killian Doyle here on the pitch side. Killian, thanks very much for joining us. Your man of the match award in your hand there. That was a hard hour's work for you today.
Extremely hard, Ray. They're all sweet though, when they are hard and we grind them out. It's just brilliant. We're just so happy, Ray. You're finally over the line. We haven't been performed the last few years, but we're just so happy today.
Yeah, like it's almost Lazarus compared to where you didn't qualify for knockout stages last year. I know that's in the distant past here now. BJ has come in and BJ has really dragged you up and come with a really practically a new team and a great team performance here today.
Yeah, look, everyone knew what BJ was going to bring, but he outweighed everything we thought as players. He's been so good with us, so professional. Anything we wanted to do done for us, but this is for him today and all the management.
Yeah, look, just on your own personal thing, I have to say we were on the commentary, we commented about it. You scored 2 points from 2 line balls over there. Now, if we were in Kilkenny here today or in Galway, people would be lauding those type of scores, and we have to say it, Kieran or Killian, they were absolutely top quality scores, almost worth the admission fee. Now I know you're a modest young fella, I know you since you were 12 or 13 years of age, and it's brilliant to see you coming through to this standard of hurling, and but your skills, the work you've put in here has been phenomenal.
Yeah, look, everyone, Ray, you know yourself, it just doesn't happen. You have to put in the hours of training and hours of skill work. It just doesn't happen today. You'd like to think it would happen, but you have to put in the hours of work to make it happen on the biggest day, and it should just come naturally then when you have the work done.
Look, there's a sing-song going over there on that far side of the field. You need to be in the middle of that. Killian Doyle, thanks very much for joining us, man of the match.
Yeah, and Paul O'Donovan, a popular choice as man of the match. He was our choice upstairs, definitely. But we could have picked 3 or 4 maybe for Raharney, whereas we couldn't have had the same choice maybe with Castletown. Is that a fair comment to make?
Castletown, but certainly, I mean, as I said earlier, I thought the full back line in particular were very good. Seanie Quinn had a great game. David Hickey, wasn't even named in the starting team, but he's a superb player. He's a lovely strike of a ball, and they're all contenders today. On the Castletown team, I suppose Liam Vardy can be proud of his efforts today, but you're going digging deep to find any other Castletown players who played to their full potential, and that's disappointing for them. And there'll be nobody more disappointed tonight in Castletown than Pat O'Brien. 3 finals in a row, haven't got across the line, and they put in serious work and huge effort, but it's about winning the final on the day, and Raharney were the better team today.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was, Eddie. It's about winning finals. Like, you can play all the good hurling you want during the year, but when it comes down to it, it's down to the final day. It's down to when the Examiner Cup is on that plinth up there, and who wants it the more. And let's be honest, I think we all think that Raharney were that little bit hungrier today.
I'm really looking forward now. Sunday week at think it's the Dublin champions we have here.
Yeah.
This man was on the line the last time Raharney were in the Leinster Chapter. I thought they had a few great battles here. I think they're very close, nearly got over the line. Like it's time the Westmeath club went and rattled it.
Mount Leinster Rangers, Johnny, I think it was, who went on to win a Leinster title. So, like, the quality is definitely there already. Is that fair enough?
The game in the fog here, I forget.
It was. I think it was in Lomans actually, was it?
Ular to Bala that day.
Ular to Bala, you know, and like this time now, if Raharney come with the intensity they came with in the first 15 today, first 30, like they're going to take all the beating in Leinster Club Challenge. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, and apart from intensity, Johnny, it was hurling skill as well. Let's not forget that as well. You know, they played with huge skill and they played to a kind of a system. Didn't work at all times for them, but at the same time, when they needed it to work, it definitely did. And Killian Doyle, you know, if you give him enough room, he's going to punish any team, no matter who they are.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. Killian, when he's on his game, absolutely, he's unstoppable. One of the best in the country. Yeah. And he was in the first 22 and a half minutes. I think he won that game on his own for Raharney.
Yeah.
You know, and the game was over. In my eyes, you could see Castletown hadn't hurled for that first half. I know he started to hurl and walk off, but it was just.
But it was too late. Yeah.
It was too late.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Raharney, we have a Raharney man through and through, the great Brendan Mchugh. He's going to be interviewed by Ray Gavin. He's coming over here to shake hands with all the boys. An absolute thrill for Brendan to be here on the day, and I'm delighted for him. A Raharney man through and through, and he's here with Ray Gavin now to be interviewed just after the match, catching his breath.
In spite of all the protocol, Brendan will get good and close here and stuff like that. I seen you outside on the pitch, Brendan. I seen you out there. I seen the joy and the pleasure that this has brought to you. Can you put it into words?
Look at for the area. It's not just about me and these guys. These guys put in tremendous work, but the backroom team we had, the amount of effort that Kevin Riggs, Martin Flynn, David Carr put in, even the selectors, they're every night. Strong selectors, lads that could advise a lad if a game was going bad for them or whatever, lads that played as a back or a forward. And even the way the parish got behind us, But Brendan,
at the end of the day, there's an old saying in management that it's somebody's gig. This was your gig for 2021. You had to take it on your shoulders. You're your first time into management. I said it to you before the game. It's an easy old game, this, isn't it? How do you feel now? Have you any energy left in you?
No, it's a fairly exhausting experience now, I will say that. But look, when you have the players, we feel we have 20-25 senior calibre players. We really feel we do, and we were letting in young fellas, trying to bring in lads one at a time or two at a time, and today we nearly couldn't take anyone off. Everybody went so well, you nearly be saying, you couldn't take anyone off to let in someone else,
Yeah,
it was incredible effort.
It's a great feeling, I'm quite sure, as a manager, to have the full backing of a full group and a full club and stuff like that. You came from Raharney last year, got a lot of slaughtered in the press and everything else. You didn't make the playoff for the first time in God knows how long, and to come back now with a vengeance and go back to the top of the tree must give you great pleasure.
Yeah, but I think anyone can have a bad year, and it's not anybody's fault. Things can go wrong sometimes, no matter who's involved. They can go wrong sometimes, no matter who's involved. But if you have the right bunch of lads and they're willing to do the work, which those guys are, I could sit here all day. If I told you everything we done this year, you'd think we were nuts. I'd say they definitely think I'm nuts. But they done it, and they never complained, and they just sucked everything up.
Can I ask you, what's the chances of you being on the bus at 7:30 tomorrow morning?
Very good. Very good.
I'm going to let you go to China.
In the back of the bus, maybe.
I'll let you go and enjoy this, because I know how much this club means to you down through the years, both as a player, driving them everywhere, driving county team, driving hurling, your wife, your kids, everyone belongs to you. I know what it means to you. Sincere congratulations from everyone on ERV TV for worthy county champions for 2021 and giving us a great final here in TG Cusick Park today.
Thank you. Thanks. I'd just like to say one thing before I go. I'd like to thank the committee, the supporters, everybody who put anything into those guys coming up from 10, 12, 14, whatever. it's not about me or the boys who are with me. It's about every single person all the way up in the club. And I'm looking at people over there. I'm not going to start naming names because I'll forget somebody. But everybody who put anything into any of those guys along the way, that it's for all of them, not just for us.
Well, thanks, Brendan, because there's the only one said in my year, before the game you didn't want to talk to us. Now you're full of chat. So well done. Enjoy it.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, absolute passion, Johnny, from one of your own, and it's infectious, like, you know. I mean, the passion, you can see the heart nearly pumping out of the man's chest there.
Where's his heart in his sleeve was as a player. You know, when I took over back in 2010, VJ was still part of the setup, and he was actually one of the players who was nearly man of the match that year back in 2000, just 10 years ago. You know, he had a couple of ups and downs. He had an accident with a bus there one day, I'll never forget it. A bus fell on him, but the bus didn't beat him. You know, he got back up and he went at it again, and he kept playing and he kept going, and now he's over this group of players. And you know, as we said as well, like, you know, there's a lot of turnover of players in the club this year, but he brought in a huge amount of heart and determination, and I thought Sean Quinn kind of epitomised that with his speech, and you could hear it in his voice of that determination and that heart, and that comes from the management team. That's instilled in the players. The players then have to go across. We said once they cross the white line, they can go and put that into practice. But you know, he's a brilliant guy and a brilliant person. Yeah,
and Eddie, as I said, it's great to see one of our own. You've been involved with Plunkett, your own club there as well, and the lift it gives not just to a club but to a whole community nearly. It's incredible, and I'd say they're going to party like there's I'd say COVID restrictions might be a little bit lapsed tonight. Would you say?
The traffic won't be as bad in Mullingar tomorrow morning at 8:30 when the Deal side bus doesn't come in like double decker, the first double decker ever in Mullingar.
I'd say there'll be a lot of kids walking to school tomorrow, maybe,
or driving the bus.
You know, like, so like Johnny will have BJ will have a quiet night, I'd say, because he's up early in the morning to get that bus moving, but we'll see what happens.
I'd say Yvonne will be driving that bus tomorrow now somehow.
As much chance me driving the bus.
Yeah, or me driving the bus and with no D licence. And Paula Donovan, a really good county final, like, having said that, Castletown played a part in it, maybe a little bit disappointed with it, but they definitely played a part in it, and a chance at the end almost to equalise.
Yeah, but they'll rue the slow start that they made, you know. Got off to a poor start. They needed to hit the ground running. I thought they would after their big semi-final against Clonkill, where they played really well. And you know, you wonder when they won that game, what were they thinking? You know, were they thinking that they were almost there, that they had won? But you know, you come up against Raharney in a county final, and it's a different kettle of fish altogether. And just to mention BJ there earlier, there was a photograph of BJ went around social media. I don't know if anyone saw it, of him playing years ago against Castletown. And
had he hair?
He was head to head with the Castletown player. The Castletown player was twice the size of him, but BJ wasn't backing down.
Had he hair at the time?
Well, there was no helmet, so he was well able to stand up for himself. And Raharney showed that passion out there today. They didn't lie down, and you know, even when they're up against us, the battle on, it showed great determination. And you know, we probably didn't think it was going to be as good as they were, but they're worthy champions.
Yeah, and Johnny, speaking of that, we kind of all had a kind of an inkling for Castletown maybe after the semi-final, but you know, you never rule Raharney out if it's an under-8 camogie match.
Yeah.
They just bring such heart and such fire into any game that they play. You could hear it from the stands. We were up in the press box there. You could hear the lift every time, and the crowd getting behind them, you know. Yeah,
well, like people say, you know, finals are for winning, and you have to go out and perform the usual stuff. But you know, finals are go to make sure you get across the line at all costs.
Yeah, regardless
of the performance level.
Oh yeah.
You know, back in 2016, the last time we won it, we were written off. I think people have gone out the door here at half time. We were playing against Clonkill. The lads went out in the second half and just the team, you know, wipe the floor with them. So there's that fighting spirit in Raharney, and you can never ever even go back to 1984. Yeah. You know, that final, that was only 4 years of age at that time, but they still talk about it out there.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
They're still, you know, like they were total underdogs that day again. You know, and you know, the underdog Raharney, it suits them. You know, when they're down, we come up rising and they come up to the top. And as I say, cream always comes to the top. And today,
and they won the league phase of the championship as well, Eddie. And probably you want your best team to be winning your championship, plain and simple. But from that point of view, where do Castletown go from here? Like,
well, they're still in the stand there behind us, and they're having a good chat. You can hear, I don't know if you heard the clap on the TV there, but like, look, Castletown will come again. They're proud, as we said earlier on. There's Castletown people all over the world, like, you know.
I hope they're all watching it now.
And they've rose before,
and
they've come before, and they're out in an area there in Westmeath. They're in a football kind of stronghold. There's themselves in St. Bridget's out there. Father Dalton's have come lately, but they've been the leading light for the last 30 or 40 years out that outside the county. Castletown will come again. They're too good at players. Look, they're going to lick their wounds tonight.
Yeah.
If I was at home, I'd be waiting for next year.
Yeah.
I'd be waiting for next year. They're young enough to come. We spoke about that, and like a few of them were away. McKeaney came on, he made a big difference last 15, last 20, he was away. Castletown they're going to be knocking on the door of Westmeath Championships, and just that little bit of bite that Raharney had today, it's hard to beat on days like this.
Yeah, and Paul, I suppose Raharney now going into a Leinster Championship against the Dublin champions, and for the first time I'd say in a long time, it's a game Westmeath Gaels can look forward to, because with that type of performance you'll put it up to any side, no matter who they are or where they're from.
And actually when they get into the Leinster Championship, maybe a little bit of the pressure's off, a little bit of expectancy comes off, and there's not the big occasion, and they can play a bit more hurling than today, and the Dublin champions will probably be that too, a bit more open, and might be a more chance to play good hurling. Raharney are good at that, it'll suit them. We need a good run for Westmeath hurling. We need a good run in the Leinster Championship. There's no reason why this team can't produce it out here in a couple of weeks' time.
We've part of the county management with us here now. I hope he was paying huge attention to an awful lot of the hurlers.
Yeah, we can't but be impressed by some of the hurling that was on here today.
As we were.
The young players coming on. I think it's great that there's some young players. They'll buy into whatever Joe Fortune puts in front of them, the training methods and all, and fitness is everything now for the young players, and it's great. I think Raharney they'll do Westmeath proud in the Leinster Championship.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that's the case as well. But from TEG Cusack Park here, on what has been a tremendous day of hurling, in my opinion, 21 points to Raharney, 18 to Castletown, 39 scores in a county final. You can't really ask for any more than that. I want to say a special thanks to my analysts here, Johnny Greville, Eddie Casey, Paul O'Donovan, to Ray and Paul Ahern on commentary, to Donny and Ollie on camera work. It has been a tremendous day in what is the flagship of Westmeath hurling here. It's been a great weekend. Cullian winners yesterday, but today belongs to the Dealsiders. Johnny Greville has the car already revved up to go out to have a pint in the Granite, I'd say, or maybe two, or maybe double that, I don't know. But from all of us here on AirVTV, it's Slán Agus Bannock and Raharney are champions, county senior hurling champions for 2021. We'll see you again here next week when it's football all the way, Saturday and Sunday here on AirVTV. And for all our viewers watching around the world, we hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it half as much as we did, you enjoyed it twice as much as you did. So, Slán Agus Bannock.
Sevens Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GA Hurling Championships.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. If I ain't got you, ain't got you, baby, you don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like.
All new Renault Capture SUV for all your lives.